Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to Midnight Gamer Magic.
E3!
I'm your off-screen host,
Whoa.
in video games.
Ghost host.
The ghost with the host. Don't think too much about it. In fact, I'd recommend don't think at all.
Never think.
Hey guys, how's it going? We're here to talk about E3. We're gonna be doing this each night after the conferences during E3. So if you're hype about E3, be sure to subscribe. Hit the like button. Make sure you knock that bell. You tell that bell, I want to see their goddamn videos. Because apparently subscribe, it doesn't pass on the message to the algorithm.
It's not good enough.
They're not on good terms. The subscribe button and the algorithm aren't talking to each other nowadays, and you gotta get the bell.
Bell button might.
You gotta be friend with the bells. Be like, hey, let the algorithm know I want to see their videos. This isn't like a pity subscription. People do that actually. People are doing that for us right now.
Oh man.
No, like seriously, I've had a couple of coworkers at different points in time like, hey, I subscribed to your channel. I didn't watch any videos. I'm like, you know that does nothing for me, and more importantly, I don't care. Oh, hey, me from 10 seconds ago. What's up?
Man, are people actually talking in chat?
They are.
Whoa.
Oh shit, you upgraded to bowl noodles. It's true.
Only one though.
Thanks to Mega May support, we could afford this and this.
Yeah, this one has the veggies in it. That's pretty fancy.
It is pretty fancy, but we had that before.
Oh man, we did.
We had to sideways upgrade to the chicken bowl noodle and whatever flavor this.
It doesn't even have the outside shell. We don't even know.
I'm gonna get pissed if whatever eats it. Right?
What?
Because it's a mystery flavor.
It's probably shrimp.
Someday we're gonna find out what that flavor is, but that day's not today. And if we do it, we're doing it live. We're just gonna eat it during an episode of Midnight Gamer Magic. Firehawk says, "What is this E3 thing you're talking about?" Well, I'm glad you asked. When an industry loves a gamer, and they respect each other very much, with feet pics and everything. God, Jeff Keighley shows up.
Like usual.
Like usual. It's just how these things work. E3, for those who don't know, is like, what's the way we usually describe it? It's the Super Bowl crossed with a religious holiday, but for gamers. Like, you're sitting there, you have all these teams pinned up against each other, and you have a guy. You may not know it. It may take you watching the podcast, or watching the conference, or watching a podcast about the conference for you to realize you are rooting for someone, but you are, and you don't even know. It's probably Devolver Digital. And then you're just sitting there and you're sweating as you're like, we're in and Microsoft's announced nothing. And that's when you realize you should change teams, but much like the Super Bowl and normal sports, it's kind of also a religion, so you can't change teams.
You're not allowed.
You're not allowed.
No matter how many guys they bring out who just yell their esports commentary over gameplay footage, you have to keep rooting for them.
Yeah, you just have to be like, I really think Microsoft did excellent. We had that friend.
Yeah.
Handsome Joe was that guy. I'm really glad he's canonical now, and I can just refer to him. Handsome Joe used to be that guy. You could hear him wincing on the phone call. He's like, I think Microsoft conference was great. Like, you could hear it.
Right.
It was palpable.
That was too much of a coward to even show up.
It's true. He hasn't showed up for a Microsoft conference in what, 4 years?
Something like that. Basically, it's at the Xbox One launched. Which he does
own. It's almost like there's a correlation here. I don't know.
Mysteries.
But yeah, so we're here to talk about what we think's gonna happen at this year's E3. While also talking about our sponsor, Nangshim Bowl Noodle. Do you like chicken-esque flavored things? Do you need to eat tonight? Perhaps Nongshin bowl noodles will do something for you.
Really selling it, Dan.
Thank you.
Definitely. I believe that will give me substance.
Are you a Kojima subtitle?
Yes.
Everyone's like, okay. I know the last 3 times we were like, this isn't a real word, and it was. This time I'm pretty sure it's not a real word. Substance cannot be real, or I'm gonna lose my mind. This is worse than the time Ikaruga taught me metempsychosis. But hey, everyone. We're really glad you're here. We got lots of people in the chat. We got Nuclear Stomp, Spaceman Spiff was there earlier, hype about our desk.
Ooh.
Our fancy Midnight Gamer news desk. What else? I heard this was the place for top tier gaming journalism. You were right, Sonic Ace 007. You were right. No joke, Bob and I and Aggro as well, or Halcyon, maybe all 4 of us, spent a lot of last gen pissed at game journalists because they weren't pissed at Sony for the right reasons. Like, as people who were in Sony's camps, every time some journalist would be like, there are no games, I'm like, that's not true. Like, there are more games on offer here than on Microsoft. The difference is, like, we have a bunch of weird, different experiences, and Microsoft has Gears and Halo.
Right.
But no, they would be like, oh, there are no games. And we're sitting here and we're like, can you give Sony shit about blank? This thing they promised us? And we're not even talking about the digital locker.
Because nobody does that.
Where you can upsample your movies with the power of the cell processor. We're not even talking about that. We're not. We should be. It should be its own video. I should have hit live, and the title of the video should have just been giving Sony shit about past E3s. That should have been the title of this video, but it wasn't, and now we're gonna have to stick with this. Gustavo says we look very professional.
Oh, thanks, you, Gustavo. We might get a desk expansion if we have any guests for the other live streams this week. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
We might have to double up.
Yeah, might have two desks.
And yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Too bad they're gonna be sitting in peon chairs and barely be
yes.
We're gonna go extra high at that point. We're just gonna be like, so, Handsome Joe, you thought their conference was good, huh? Cute.
Well, at least Aggro will make up the difference just by being him.
He's sitting on a beanbag chair and still as tall as us somehow. And it's like, how are you doing that with your ass right now? I don't even understand. How's this working? But yeah. So what else? Let me just catch up with the chat just a little bit before we get started. Okay, let's see. You're missing a typo on the desk text though. I would like to know for Megame, I wasn't in the room when that sign was made, and I told Tosh about that, right? And she goes, it was my 3rd time making the sign. I realized what I did, but I wasn't redoing it.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
Because I didn't even look at it, just taped it up after she'd done it. I was like, okay.
I get in the room, I feel like an asshole because I went to the gas station to get a soda?
I think that's right.
Yeah. Soda or an energy drink or something. It was the end of Mega Man. I was like on the verge of death.
Yes.
And I was like, I need something to not kill myself. Let me go get whatever. And I felt bad for delaying it. So I didn't even look at the sign for more than a second. I just go, yeah, sure, okay.
I think that's about all of us were in. Just like, it has to end.
Get on with it. So, keeping with that, did you hear the rumor of new chair models from DX Racer?
Yes.
Firehawk did tweet at us that they have a showing at E3.
Right? That seems crazy.
And to be honest, I should probably throw the statistics in their face of like, I think I guaranteed 5 chair sales based on my 1 chair. I think you may owe us a chair, maybe a new model, so that way we can be like, look at how much better this is. Because like at the end of the day, guys, if I'm doing a video on something and it is still technical and honest, I don't care if it comes off as a shill video. Like if I ever review—
all the better, honestly.
Toad said, "Did you hear the rumor that there's a slim chance of something actually interesting being announced at this E3?" Smash Bros. Characters are being announced, and that's interesting enough for me.
Right? No, I feel like there's actually a lot of stuff just going into just like, okay. Nintendo, honestly, is like the market cornered on, well, what we already know is coming is going to be cool to see more of.
Fox says, "I'll shill if I get a share." Who wouldn't? I mean, we set up this ludicrous regimen of shilling for a Vox stream we hosted on our channel, but she gets the chair.
Oh my God.
It's like she literally has to stop doing what she's doing every 10 minutes to talk about the chair. It's kind of like that joke I told you about for that other series. The part of the reason we needed a stream deck, so that way I could trigger an event.
Oh, yeah,
every time.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I love that sort of thing. But I think we've heard enough Diddy Kong Quest. I'm gonna go ahead and switch songs while Bob switches us over to talking about E3. So Bob, what is going on with day one of E3? What are all the conferences? Is it actually E3 or is it some pre-E3 bullshit?
There's all of this is pre-E3. E3 doesn't start till Tuesday. Okay.
So literally everything we're talking about except for the last thing.
Right, except Nintendo. Is pre-E3.
Mm-hmm.
But it kicks off with Saturday. EA is going to announce some stuff. They got their own conference. They've actually, Tony's already doing stuff. They announced Tetris.
Oh yeah,
Effect.
that for those who don't know, Tetris Effect is a Mizuguchi joint. It's the person who made Q Game, guy from Q Games who made Lumines.
Yeah.
Tetsuya Mizuguchi is making it an orgasmic, over the top, aesthetically tantalizing Tetris game that also features VR.
Yes.
Like crazy neon, crazy particle effects.
4K too.
4K. I'm so hyped. As a person who's like, either make your Tetris game feel insanely tight or an amazingly visually up its own ass thing.
Right. Like
that's what I want.
The Lumines guy working on a Tetris game is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I think they said it has like 30 some levels and tracks. So
it's awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool.
It's really good. It does a. But let's continue.
And then they followed that up by today. They announced Persona Dancing All Night for 5 and 3 are coming to the States. Like that was also something they announced through Sony. Now we're going on to Saturday. It's EA.
I got some of that Taco Bell beef stuck in my mouth that I paid 70 cents for mine and 70 cents for Tosha's cheesy gordita crunches to come with chicken, and we both got beef. It's disgusting.
But what we expect from EA, like there's a note that they already announced Battlefield 5's coming. We're gonna hear more about Anthem, I'm sure. There's gonna be sports.
Sports. There's
probably gonna be 20 minutes of Pele talking to people.
And sad.
It's sad. Very sad. And maybe we'll see a new Star Wars game. Possibly.
Like possibly done by Respawn.
Yeah, the Respawn one.
Real quick, Firehawk's in the chat getting triggered by Lumines.
Whatever.
If they wanted it to be said Luminous, I argue it should probably have like a CE at the end. Because that would be luminescent, luminous.
Right.
But
I mean,
it's a dumb name.
Right. Like many made up words.
And canonically speaking, they never say it in the game. As far as I know. So you know what? I'm gonna say it's linguini. That's how it's actually said. You say it wrong. So Bob, how are you feeling about EA's conference?
This is gonna be the weakest conference.
And it's the only thing happening on Saturday.
Yes, every year they bring out like the worst. I want to hope that they.
I'm trying to read that, but I can't through your thumb. You're saying what? Oh, as long as you hold it in a way where your thumb isn't in front of your screen, I can read it. But you were saying you're hoping that.
I'm hoping that since they did the Burnout remaster, maybe there's a new Burnout on the way. But instead, we're probably gonna see a new Need for Speed that's awful. Of course,
I don't know. I feel like that franchise is so fatigued at this point. Like, it was bad before the last game.
Yeah.
And then the last game happened.
Yeah, I don't know. And then, yeah, they just released the last game last year, and it seems like they do a year off between them. So, if nothing else, there's that. But hopefully they're done doing Need for Speed for a little while.
Touch Nacho is arguing it should be pronounced Lumines, like plural Lumine.
Yeah, okay.
As in Mega Man X8. Sure.
Yeah.
Luminaise. It's like mayonnaise.
Hmm?
Can you pass the Luminaise? Ah, delicious. What was that thing Luminaise said at the end?
Oh my god.
Paradise Lost.
Paradise Lost. She just said it.
She just says it while making her sandwich. She's like, Paradise Lost.
But I think it'll be cool to see some more Battlefield 5. Anything
Battlefield 5
any gameplay would be nice.
Okay, so I follow a channel
So
called
have Snoop Dogg. I mean, it's true.
Probably.
Maybe they'll get Mountendu out there to play it too.
They should. They should have him with Snoop Dogg. Yeah, I feel like Battlefield 5. Okay, so let me back up a little bit more. I follow a channel called Battle Nonsense. The whole idea of the channel is they go into network code for games. But the reason the channel started was for them to dissect what was happening with Battlefield's network code, and then got further into like what we would like from Battlefield in the future. So this guy on this channel, it's just one guy. He's really excited based on what came out in an interview with the creative director of Battlefield 5, like what they're doing mechanically to the game to make it more about teamwork and less about one-man show.
Okay.
Making it more of a traditional Battlefield 1942 experience and sort of a Call of Duty, you can heal yourself, you auto-heal, you do everything. Everyone can spawn off of everyone, so that way squad leader doesn't have a point.
Yeah, things got weird with Battlefield, for sure.
They absolutely did. So I'm interested through the sheer proxy of he's interested. So I'm really looking forward to seeing more of that and seeing if me, as a not so hardcore Battlefield fan, can sort of like appreciate changes that are gonna be shown off during what is probably way too large of a segment.
Yes, it's probably gonna, like last year,
a whole match that's
it's like
30 minutes or something.
Right, just and the show was a giant match like they did with Battlefront, which will be better than that, because oh man,
Because Battlefront.
Battlefront is so bad.
What else?
Anthem. Anthem's gonna be there for sure.
Yeah, Anthem has to be there. I'm really excited for them to talk about Anthem, but holy fuck, Anthem's gonna suck.
Yeah, I'm like, you're excited about it? Oh.
Vox says, on girl-cotting Battlefield. Girl-cotting.
What is?
Like boycotting. For promoting violence against women by having women in war settings. Okay, well, you know, all the more power to you, Vox.
How it has to do it.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited for their because that thing last year. That's not a game. It's no Anthem.
Anthem, yeah. Yeah, that was clearly
that's scripted as fuck, fake as fuck, but it is rendered using an engine. But you know so are like a lot of those trailers they do, like the Battlefront 1 trailer for the PS4 generation, you know, where it was like insanely gorgeous Endor. You remember it was in the forest of Endor, and they were like, "This is rendered in engine, running in engine at a frame a second."
Yeah, so I don't have any confidence in Anthem actually being good at all. I hope that they get some people at BioWare who actually can deal with the tech that they have, because look at anything BioWare's made on this engine, and anything that freaking DICE has made, they don't even look like the same gen.
No, they really don't. I feel like Anthem has the mildest chance of being a better game than Destiny, because Destiny has continued to fuck up.
They do.
So consistently.
I feel like there's no way that they'll have the game feel decent.
Right, but everything else around it could be so much better that you deal with it.
I guess that's a potential like outcome.
Yeah, that's what I'm imagining. Let me see if this is one I want. Yeah, sure. Maybe a little quiet. By the way, we're doing all the songs on our Super NT via the SPC player, so we can't play the One Must Fall 2097 remix song Vox. Maybe that was a little specific, but
something they just have to let things know.
Out. So let's see. Spaceman Spiff says, I'm looking forward to people coming in all week asking for games that they saw announced at E3 that day. He's also a retail wage slave. So
yes.
I too was like into the stream.
You're right. It took me a moment.
We
But
separate our other lives from our, you know, hanging out with you guys lives. It helps us get through it.
Don't think about it. Don't think about it.
No, absolutely not. Don't do that.
So did he sneak out?
He did. He's now just there among his trash, living it big. The other pop figure that was given to us. Is Fansite watching? I don't know how Fansite's watching. In any case, can't even stand.
He's just really bad at it, okay?
You know what? You know what? Where is it? Do you have it within arm's reach?
No, it's
well,
like...
real quick, just so they can see, and we can time it in the future, let's just stick him up there long enough for him to fall down once. But yeah, no, that's absolutely gonna happen. They're gonna try to immediately buy.
Oh no. Oh no. He can't even stand once.
He can't even begin to... You made it none seconds.
Oh, I'm filled. This is cup noodle.
Oh, Mega Man was so rough. But yeah, I don't expect Anthem to be a great game. I am interested in seeing a trailer that is the game.
Right.
I'm positive it will look worse than the last time we saw it, especially for In Town.
Oh yeah, that In Town was fake. Like,
that was basically on par with what is the name of that game? Pre-E3, the original trailer.
Oh, no,
the original CGI trailer for Pre-E3. That's what that reminded me of. And I couldn't remember what it reminded me of last year. It's only now that I'm talking about it that I'm like, that's what's up.
It's one of those moments.
It looks like a CGI fucking trailer, like from the ground up.
Yeah, no, the In Town stuff looks nothing like a video game.
Yes. Whereas at least you could see a lot of artifacting and pop-in in certain ways and frame rate chug at small moments in the gameplay segment. So there's a Twitter account I followed. I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but they're basically The Onion, but for gaming.
Okay.
And one of the headlines they wrote was, "Dude, nice, we met up with the Ubisoft director who writes the fake game chat for E3. It's just, I didn't even click through, just that tweet was amazing. Dude, nice.
Oh man, whoever writes all of those is like the worst.
I know, that's what, it's magic. It's like, E3 is a really magic time of year. And I feel like people don't give it the space it needs in their lives enough. And I say that as someone who's fucked up and now is working Saturday. Whoops.
Whoops.
So overall, what are we thinking about E3?
I'm really hyped. I'm super hyped, and it's for like some incredibly obvious reasons if you follow me on Twitter.
We'll get there. We'll get there. But so far, how are we feeling about E3? How do we feel about Saturday E3?
Saturday is going to be trash.
You aren't looking forward to
the Battlefield thing inside of that like scum pile I have to dig through.
Yeah. Well, for me, like, we get to see Battlefield. Battlefield gets to make its argument to me.
Yeah.
I'm interested in that. Anthem gets to show its true form. Like, it gets to molt.
Right,
and start looking like the disgusting game it will maybe be. Or they could go full Ubisoft. We'll find out. And the Star Wars Respawn game may show up. And I'm really interested in that, but I'm horrified. I am terrified it's gonna just, like, EA's gonna fuck it up. They're gonna find a way. Star Wars, Disney's gonna fuck it up. They're gonna find a way just like they did with Battlefront.
Yeah.
Because the cosmetic thing is, the locking the game progression to loot boxes is 110% their fault, Disney's. Yeah. Because they wouldn't let them sell cosmetics. They made it too hard for them to make costumes and things.
Yeah, that's crazy. I really want that Star Wars game from them to be good. Like,
I would like a good Star Wars game,
right?
Period.
I'd love to see a second coming of a Dark Forces style game.
I mean, I liked the later Dark Forces, aka Jedi Academy.
Yeah.
I liked that more than I liked any of the movies.
Yeah, no, I like the Dark Forces series more than anything released after the original trilogy.
Yeah.
And
well, I mean,
it's kind of crazy.
Like, the universe of Star Wars is almost better than the dialogue writing in a sense. So when the games are just mechanics wrapped around the universe, it makes sense that, to me, at least, it makes sense that would be. I mean, like Dark Forces 2 I hope every step of the way in Respawn's Star Wars game, you go a really huge distance to do a thing, and at the last second, you get cut by the story events. It just takes away any satisfaction you would have gotten. And then Ryan Johnson comes in over the fucking, the walkie-talkie, and he goes, isn't it deep? And he just does that the whole game, and you're like, what a fucking asshole. Like, you're doing the next thing. You're like, we gotta go through the woods of Endor, of the moon of Endor, right? Yeah. You know, we gotta go through here. Princess Leia is hanging out here, trying to stay away from. And then in the middle of you trying to like, it's an incredibly climactic battle. He's just like, you know, the struggle is really important because when you get disappointed, it's gonna make you realize how this doesn't happen more in movies, and you know, it's real deep. Like, if they're gonna be terrible, I wish it was just over the top terrible. Like, I wish it was like, can you fucking believe this got in a box? Because that's how I felt when I saw the most recent Star Wars. I'm in the theater and I'm like, what a fucking asshole. But he's a genius. Yeah, he's real fucking woke. But you know.
But yeah, like the Star Wars the series is ripe for some cool stuff, and it
just one last commentary before we go on, move past, like, because you're also interested in the Respawn thing.
Yeah, I mean, Respawn's a great studio. Like, I feel like they made some of the best shooters this gen.
Yeah, their games feel great,
right?
Just like, you know, Modern Warfare felt great. Last comment, Justice Ag is saying, was it Disney that said no cosmetics? I thought they were pissed about EA. How EA did that. No. Disney made it fucking impossible to make cosmetics, but still wanted monetization because, of course, you need that level of money flowing through your game. So they had to tie progression to loot boxes because they couldn't tie cosmetics to loot boxes. Disney gave the okay for all of that, obviously. They give okays for hairstyles. The machinations through which the game progresses... Angry. Right. They got angry once it got to the point of governments are banning something in our game.
Yes.
When Star Wars starts making the news headlines in business journals for how sleazy the game is, which is amazing because it's really, like, that came out after Shadow of Mordor. Or, sorry, War of Mordor?
Shadow of War. Shadow of Mordor.
This fucking dumbass. I'm sorry. It's been just long enough where I forgot how stupid it was of them to just name it, like, do we call it Shadow of Mordor 2? Shadow something else? Shadow? No? No?
Any sort of Lord of the Rings name in this? Nah, just War.
Shadow War. People remember that. Shadow of the Empire. That's not taken right. But yeah, moving on. So you're not feeling pretty good about EA?
Yeah, I'm not feeling good about EA. I want to hope that this is they turn things around. They always do something indies. Like we saw last year was a Way Out,
and before that it was Yarn.
Something. Yeah, that Yarn Kid thing.
Yarny.
So maybe there'll be something neat as far as that goes. But yeah, I don't know. Not hyped.
Fox, I suffer from brain problems. Oh wait, no, I remembered. Never mind. So Bob, what's the next day?
Gee, Dan, is this some sort of air management video game?
No. Yes.
Some sort of aero biz?
Yes, it's the business of aero.
The next day is Sunday. Microsoft kicks it off. So now we have to try and figure out what Microsoft.
Do you remember?
3 p.m.
Okay. Our time?
Our time.
Okay. So that's Central Daylight Time. 1 p.m. their time. Because they're West Coast.
Yes.
Man, North America gets a weird theme in Aerobiz. Latin America! Asia! Pacific! I'm gonna do the Street Fighter 2 voice the whole time.
Uh-huh.
Middle East! Africa! Europe? That's not vegifying at all. Oh, it's just barely different. Okay. I was curious if she's gonna... This is what she wants.
Ugh. Okay.
Okay.
We can stick with it for a little while. So,
There's no accounting for taste.
what?
This ain't no headstrong.
Now we have to figure out what Microsoft's even going to do. One thing's for sure, we're gonna see Forza Horizon 4. Like, that's the video game that's on a very set schedule. They haven't announced it yet, but it's every other year is one of these.
Yeah, and it's unrelenting. And we already had some sort of leaks regarding it. Yeah. Can you turn that down on the remote?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's overpowering us in the stream. Let us know if it is.
Yeah, it does. It's loud to us. It's really
Fox
shrill.
says, look, this is the theme of Waifu Air.
Okay.
And it makes sense. If Waifu Air is going to have a theme, it ain't Africa.
Crackdown 3 might be talked about, or might we suddenly cancel already.
And that's why I'm more excited for Microsoft than I am EA. I'm ready for that conference to end. And us be like, Crackdown's clearly canceled.
Which we've been saying for years.
I mean, it's been in development this entire gen.
Right?
Like, it went from bullshit scam The Cloud to supposedly a game to a game being constructed by 2 studios with a hype trailer made for it without any of the devs' consent or knowledge. That's how Microsoft does it.
Yeah.
They did it for Phantom Dust.
Yeah, it's really insane.
They are insanely bad at this.
I feel like this is the only game of this gen that's been like this. There's plenty of these vaporware titles from last gen.
Vaporware?
Yeah.
Not Vaporwave?
Yeah.
You sort of like merged Vaporwave. Yeah, Dreams is happening. Like, we're getting enough about Dreams where it's like, no, this is a real game. Sony's showing it at E3, I believe they announced it was one of the 4.
I don't know if they might have.
They said what the 4 were.
Yeah, they said they
I'm
not
pretty
one
sure
of the main 4,
Dreams
but I
was...
feel like Dreams is
Oh,
in
I
there
thought it was
somewhere.
one of the main 4.
Because the main 4 goes to Tsushima, Spider-Man, Death Stranding,
And Last of Us 2?
and Last of Us 2, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, Dreams has come up so many times in an official capacity this year alone.
Yeah,
Where it's like
that's...
where it's happening
It's
this year.
turning to
It's
something.
very real. It is not
Crackdown every
It's
time.
not Crackdown 3.
They pulled it out last year, and it looked like
trash.
It looked like so bad. It looked worse than a Saints Row game from 2 years ago. Man, not sure 2 years from last gen. Then there's the possibility of them announcing Halo. Like, Halo's due for another one now, I'm pretty sure. Like, I think that
Yeah, no, Halo should be coming out with the game this year to keep to the 3-year schedule.
Right, and I think Gears of War is actually on the same week. Like, somehow ended up on the same tangent.
That's if they're doing a 2-year schedule, which we
Okay.
don't know they are.
Right.
It's just people assuming because of how it went last gen, which it's a different gen. We don't know. Honestly, we may even be in a situation where Gears comes out this year and Halo's next, because I feel like Halo definitely has an identity crisis after the last game.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it didn't land with fans at all. I feel like a lot of them were either turned off by the 60 frames per second, the aesthetic change, or the plot. Because
Or the lack of 2-player. Yeah.
So people do care?
Yeah, people care.
Because I know we care a shitload.
Right,
but-
we care a lot, but that's the general Halo fan base
Yeah.
really wants that.
Good. Because that was the experience for us.
Right, and I'm pretty sure the devs even said that they're working on make sure that's in the next one. Like, they said that.
It's going to be great if they drop back down to 30. Because, I mean, not to get too much in the weeds about this, but Halo at 30 frames per second, made by Bungie, had better input latency than a lot of games running at 60, as it turns out. It really is just how you design your system, how tightly you tune everything. Like, Destiny probably has pretty close to the same input lag as Halo at 60 frames per second. I'm willing to put money on that. I would. The real crazy bet is on saying it has better input latency, which it could. Destiny could have better input latency than Halo 6, or Halo 5.
Halo 5, yeah.
Yeah. I really need them to announce what they're doing with Halo. It's incredibly frustrating because it's the series I care the most about from Microsoft.
I wonder if they'll bring it to PC this time.
They need to, because their whole initiative's about that. So this E3 could be like, hey, the Master Chief Collection's coming to PC. It's fixed now because they've been working on it this whole time.
Right, and that'd be like the best announcement they could have.
I agree. Personally, that for me, absolutely the best.
I'm sure we'll see third parties there. Bandai Namco always announces stuff at their conference, like they did with Dragon Ball FighterZ last year.
And Ubisoft has a tendency to show Assassin's Creed this gen.
Do they show up at Microsoft?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they were Sony last gen.
Right.
This gen, they're more of a Microsoft joint.
And then they have a full conference for their own stuff, so...
Yep, so we may get a debut of Assassin's Creed Origins, Odyssey.
We might even see more, Odyssey.
I know why it's called Odyssey, but at the same time, I was like, you actually called it Odyssey.
They could, we could see more Anthem here. Like, I know last year they kind of made a big deal of, Microsoft is where we're going to show off Anthem. And they confused a lot of people that it was a Microsoft exclusive.
Yes, that definitely happened. Let me tell you guys.
I'm sure we'll see some new Battle Royale knockoff game.
I don't hear any music. Maybe it's so quiet compared to Japan.
Yeah, that's
Let's find out. Yeah, that's what's up. Nope. But yeah, that's plenty loud. But yeah, so I think they may... Are we good to move on from Halo?
Yeah, I guess. Because that's all we can say. Like, there's not... It'd be crazy if they just didn't announce anything Halo. I feel like Gears is almost in the same situation of Halo. They haven't burnt their fan base as much, but it still is just a lot of be like, okay. It was an okay entry. It wasn't.
Yeah, it's super obviously led into a sequel, but nobody seems to be excited for it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I need to play that one at some point. Like, I have access to, like, I could buy that on PC and play it.
Sure.
I could do that.
You know, Aggro was actually entitled to a free copy.
Really?
All he had to do was contact NVIDIA through the sales thing, or maybe even just Newegg. Didn't do it. I was like, geez.
Like, I don't.
Rough.
It seems.
How do you tell a guy, do it for me, you fucking dick? I built your PC. Or whatever.
And he wrote some stuff here, like Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, I think they're gonna try to get us excited about Sea of Thieves' new upcoming content.
Apparently, they just had one of their first big drop of stuff. And
Yeah.
I have a coworker who actually plays a lot.
And was staggeringly disappointed?
Yes.
Yes. Because what people are imagining, you got yourselves a fucking boat in No Man's Sky.
Yes.
You fucked up. No Man's Sky just came out with the game they promised years ago, and mostly people didn't give a shit. Game journalists were quick to flap their jaws about it, sure. I haven't heard of a single person who's just one of those game journalists who's like, I'm really glad they're finally adding it. Actually play it.
Did they add multiplayer to No Man's Sky?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know that they...
See, he didn't even know.
Yeah, I knew they were releasing it, but I was like...
Yeah, no, they're adding legit-ass multiplayer.
Okay. Finally.
Right. But still, everyone just doesn't care. So
Yeah,
you got yourselves a boat version of that.
It's been too long.
It has.
Who knows, maybe they'll try and sell you a $30 expansion pack for the $60 incomplete game.
And just get the Game Pass. You see all the DLC and stuff, so why even fucking care?
It's only, what, 30 bucks a month? Okay, I don't think it's that much. I know it's pricey, but it's not that.
It's not that. It's more like Netflix pricing of like 12, 13. Yeah, which is fine. Like, you get an Xbox, just pay that for like 3 months, and oh look, you've literally had enough time to play every Microsoft exclusive worth of shit. If you have enough free time, you could do that in 1 month for sure.
Yeah, right.
But also, I would like to do some callouts real quick. You know, we got S-Zilog in the chat spamming hello boys and doing rainbow hearts.
Nice.
Hey, Moss is here. How's it going? Lady Lunar's been here for a bit. I haven't had a chance to call her out. I'm really glad you guys have shown up. I'm tearing up.
It's too much.
Char 0093 is talking about Bandai Namco. That isn't surprising at all. But he's actually talking about Ace Combat 7.
Right.
And not a Gundam.
Which will almost... I don't think it'll be in Microsoft, just because there's the VR stuff with that one.
Yeah.
And they like pushing that. Which is fair. That sounds really dope.
I think if Ace Combat 7 is going to show up, yeah, it's Sony.
Yeah.
With the fucking PSVR. It's...
You know, Dan, they might... Maybe they'll announce a new Armor Core. Maybe that'll happen.
Didn't FromSoft like tease some other thing that's like Dark Souls / Bloodborne?
They teased something with that really cryptic, bloody thing. So,
From Shadows.
Yeah, so that's... People are expecting it's a Bloodborne 2. I don't know. So that who knows if it's... I don't think that we got confirmation that it was a Sony exclusive that other time. So there's a chance it'll show up here at Microsoft.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the pattern they already established last gen of make Demon Souls, make a multi-platform Dark Souls, it could just be that.
Yeah, maybe.
And like you can't fault them for it.
Right.
It gets some money.
They have said that they kind of want to move from Dark Souls, so. But,
yeah, I can't. Judging by everything I've heard, I don't know. It's not Armored Core, so I don't care.
Right, and they teased Armored Core like 2 years ago or something.
Right, so I need to hear the fucking Armored Core Nexus intro theme. That one specifically. I need to hear the piercing like, ooh, and not just during the Sony conference. I'll be like, oh, this DX Racer will be ruined, and then I'll really be interested in DX Racer's new products available at E3.
Yes.
There'll be like a chair that can sustain the hype caused by Armored Core trailer, and I'll be like, oh, I need that chair. I needed that chair yesterday. Because my last chair was devastated.
I'm trying to think, what other third parties typically show up at Microsoft? I mean, they get a lot of them. They do.
They do.
But they honestly usually go in a sizzle reel.
Yeah.
They don't have Activision.
Activision's more of a Sony joint now.
Right.
And it's going to be lame because they're going to show shit about Destiny 2's Forsaken. On one hand, never mind. That's getting off in the weeds. We'll just bring that up again when we get down to Sony, okay?
Okay.
Destiny 2 Forsaken. Voxandra says Armored Core more like Armored Boar, and I'm tempted to just... I don't mean that, I just want to make the bad joke. Oh, just make any joke, Vox. Thomas Hopper says, I would kill for a new Armored Core. Yes! Right? We know! We feel your pain. I want to see that spreadsheet and be like, I can push it a little bit more further on weight.
I can't remember the name of that thing we were looking at yesterday. It was like an indie Armored Core.
It was made by AM2.
Yeah.
That wasn't indie.
Right, it wasn't indie.
It like, we spent the whole trailer, it was like, me and Bob are both like, man, we're really glad that Japanese devs have access to Unreal Engine 4. This game looks like it's gonna mechanically be really cool. The anime aesthetic for the pilots is real weird, but this looks like a really cool game. And then it pops up AM2, and I'm like, fucking what?
Right?
You're alive?
Where's Virtua Fighter?
You're making fucking waifu Armored Core? Whatever. It's fine. I care more about that than I do Virtua Fighter in actuality. Actuality is the new way to kill a person in Mortal Kombat. You correct them. Actuality. Actually, studies show actuality. Raiden gets so bored he just dies.
Trying to think. I can't think of what else will be here. Oh, we didn't talk about the possibility of Battlefield having a Battle Royale mode. Because that was a rumor going around a while ago. Oh my god. So that could be a thing.
Sorry, I was trying to listen to that to figure out if it was the loop on the third theme.
Oh, okay.
What did you say?
We didn't talk about the possibility of Battlefield 5 having a Battle Royale mode, which is the rumor that was going around a while ago.
Oh, yeah. And it may not make launch.
Oh, yeah?
It's the understanding it may just be something that comes in after launch because, you know, everyone's scrambling to get these modes working in their fucking engines that aren't designed for this at all. At least Battlefield's even remotely designed for it, unlike COD.
Right. I'm 100% more interested in that kind of mode than a zombies mode, so whatever.
Yeah. I mean, is there anything you're less interested in?
The zombies mode?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think there is. Man, what else is Microsoft like? This is hard. Platinum Games has talked about how they have a new game to announce, but there's no way they're working with Microsoft again.
Yeah.
But like that seems nigh impossible.
Yeah. Microsoft burned so many bridges.
Microsoft been teasing they're gonna have like JRPGs or Japanese games of some sort. I assume they're going to be the ports of other things. Like, we're getting Disgaea,
Is
finally.
it terrible that when you say Microsoft has been talking about getting the JRPGs, I'm getting like licks, wafts of Trump? He's gonna make Mexico pay for it? Like, it feels like it's that sort of talk where it's like, yeah, that sounds great. And you said it because it sounds great, but...
Right?
You don't actually have an actionable plan here, do you?
There are rumors going around from Tales of Vesperia getting remastered.
Oh, is that why Mr. Feel's constantly banging his dick against his keyboard on Twitter about
yes,
it?
That would be why.
Cool.
There's been a 10th anniversary of that game, and they kind of vaguely teased something. So, who knows? Maybe that'll show up at the Microsoft conference here. I
just woke Mr. Feel up like a fucking sleeper agent hearing a code word. He's like, listen here, you son of a bitch! Let's see.
Yeah, you got anything else to add, Microsoft?
Oh man,
maybe we'll see more gigantic before it gets canceled.
Firehawk says, Bob, Mega Man Battle Royale. You'd be less interested in that than you would be Zombie Mouse. False. False. If you made a Mega Man game that was made in Unity, that had 100 Mega Mans on an island, I am millions of times more interested in that
if
than
everyone got to choose which Robot Master they were, that'd be amazing.
I don't even care. Not even that much. It can be as shitty as the Red Ash demo. And I'd be like, this is dumb as hell, let's do it. It's like the Just Cause 2 multiplayer on PC.
That looks so good.
Yes. And see, that's more interesting than Zombies mode. I can't remember the last time I booted a Call of Duty Zombies mode and didn't just feel like falling asleep. And I'm not saying that as like, here's a sick burn. Literally, I just get tired. I'm like... These fucking quips don't come fast enough to keep me alive. There was the one they did towards the beginning of this gen that had the weird like movie aesthetic.
Yeah, that was an Infinite Warfare.
Yeah, I kind of like that, but the moment you started playing, I started fading. And
yeah, there's so much downtime at the beginning of those, and then they make the first few waves like brain dead easy. I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm sure people like them. They keep making them. Good for them. It's not like any part of Call of Duty appeals to me anymore.
How many games have come out since Modern Warfare 2?
It's been like
10 years.
Yeah, probably 10 games, right?
Yeah, I think it's been 10 games. This will be the 10th year of not a good Call of Duty. Wait, no, this will be the 9th.
Okay.
Next year we get to celebrate our decade of not giving a shit. People like Black Ops came out after Modern Warfare 2, and I'll just point at that person, that student, that astute student, and be like, yes, it did.
I mean, he's right.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
So, anything else you got to add to Microsoft?
Let me just glance. Maybe there's something.
I feel like there's something else, but
probably gonna be something else there. Probably.
That could be crazy.
They're gonna be like, we announced yet an
Phantom Justice coming out for real this time.
2 years at E3, we announced prematurely our next console, which cost us a suffering of sales, but got all of you people hyped. And we're doing it again. In 2 years, we will be bringing out the next generation Xbox, and it will make this dumb-ass Xbox One X look like fucking morons made it.
You know, the Pro goes on sale tomorrow for like $350.
The Pro?
Yeah, the PS4 Pro.
I still think it's fucked that it's $350.
Yeah.
That thing should be $300. They should be having a price war.
They should.
But instead,
like,
they're both so sedentary.
Yeah, like they
they're
could
both
like
so set up. It's almost like an oligopoly here, where it's just 3 people who are agreeing not to undercut each other. We call that price fixing, and it's technically illegal, but good luck suing. But yeah, I don't know, man. I got nothing else for Microsoft. So you're gonna say Microsoft better or worse than EA?
Better than EA, I feel.
I'm gonna agree with you for one reason specifically, Bob.
What's that?
The sports segment during EA is gonna make me wish I was dead.
Yeah, those are always really bad. Yeah. Like, unbelievably.
Like just, oh my god, just thinking about it's literally making me yawn.
I don't...
Because you can't escape it. That's the worst part. Like if you're watching it live, you're just like...
And then last year they got into the esports of sports video games, and it was like, this is a thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is a thing. Aren't you glad you know?
And then they'll probably talk about their NBA Live thing, and that everyone knows that's going to be bad.
Their what? Oh, NBA Live.
Yeah.
So I do have Fire Emblem songs here at EarCal, but Mystery of the Emblem, unless that's not a Fire Emblem game, let me check if that's maybe something else. I doubt it.
I mean, that's gotta be Fire Emblem.
Yeah, it's Fire Emblem. But I just have the Japanese name. So Traki 776, Seisen no Kefu, and Monsho no Nazo. So, you know. Dan just used the EA Sports as a piss break. That is a really long piss break.
Right. Something's probably wrong with you if you use the whole thing. I mean, that's like 20 minutes or something.
See a doctor. Right. Monsho no Nazo? Okay. Got it. These are listed in an indecipherable way, so I'm not going to be able to find this. I'm going to let you know right now.
You get one at random.
That's what you get.
Not that one.
No. So, Bob, what's the next conference?
The next conference
on Sunday
is Bethesda. I think it's like 8 o'clock or something. So it's a pretty significant time gap.
Mm-hmm.
They already announced some of their games that are going to be there.
Mm-hmm. I
assume that there'll be more, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
They showed off Fallout 76. We know near nothing about that. So I know a lot of people are excited to see what that is. There's rumors of it being a survival game, being an online survival game.
Yeah. It apparently started as some sort of tech test for how a multiplayer Fallout would work online, and then it became a bit more like survival based. But they say it's going to keep the trappings of a standard Bethesda RPG. So you're still going to be doing quests, but we'll see how it goes. I'm sure it's going to be better than an ESO.
Yeah, it's got to be better than that.
But people keep saying, "Oh, it's doing great now."
I don't believe those.
I don't know a single motherfucker who plays ESO. I've never once heard any of our, fans.
I don't.
We get thousands of views, and I don't see people being like, "Oh man, I love ESO." So if you're watching this and you love ESO,
yeah, like everyone I talk to pops into ESO for a week after the DLC launches.
Yeah,
like the expansion pack. They go through all of it. And they're gone. That's it. That's their engagement with it. They move on.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But yeah, I feel like it's got to be better than that. If it's doing something more traditional to a Bethesda RPG, I'm sure that'll be better.
Even vaguely more traditional.
Yeah.
Anything that can even be related to as being similar by anyone but the biggest moron. Because that's the only people who are like, I love ESO. Within like a week, they figured out they actually fucking hated it. They were really into it at first. And then they, I don't know, not to sound like a fucking condescending asshole, but you ever know those people who are really set in what they think a game is? And it takes them way too long to figure out it's not that at all, and they get really upset?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, I mean, Eric came on this very podcast and talked about Star Ocean 5. Bob's almost dead. Bob's trying so hard.
Such a burn.
That was such a gut punch to Eric that Bob can't breathe. But no, like you and me saw the problems with the writing very early on in that game.
No,
and it took him until an important story event where it continued to write itself that shittily for him to go, fuck off! Every man has their breaking point.
Yeah, I guess.
And that's when he had a mental break from what he thought the game was
into what the game actually was.
What the game is. what it is doing maliciously.
Rage 2 was announced.
Vox says, I think I know someone who played ESO? Maybe? Spaceman Spiff says, I want ESO to die so they make a damn Elder Scrolls 6. That's how everyone should feel.
I mean, that's how most people, like, people just, like, them announcing a new Fallout is kind of upsetting to me. Just even as a guy who's just from an outside perspective, like, I thought you guys were making a new Elder Scrolls. But, if they're totally different teams, I'm sure they still got people working. I don't think
most people were overly satisfied with Fallout 4.
Fair.
I feel like it reviewed worse than... This is the dumbest sentence ever. Everyone brace yourself. I feel like it reviewed worse than Skyrim.
So it's a video game, okay.
Yes, that's what I...
We've established the ground level.
It's not The Last of Us. That's...
It's also not Breath of the Wild.
That's true. Those are like the two. But yeah, I feel like another stab at Fallout, especially one with an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Because Fallout 4, it just comes off as... It didn't feel very next gen, you know? It didn't feel like it belongs in this gen. It just looks like a really pretty version of 3. Like, it does do a lot of things better, but it doesn't feel like a huge shift, a dramatic improvement. Like, I can look at Elder Scrolls Oblivion and Skyrim and see why Skyrim is like a huge change from Oblivion.
Right.
I look at Fallout 3 / New Vegas and 4, and it just doesn't feel like that drastic of an improvement.
Right.
They made the shooting real shooting. But congrats, it's the only shooting anywhere you can find that it feels worse than a Gearbox game. But you know.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe they do need another swing at it.
Yeah, I'm interested in another swing, especially when they're making it so different, you know?
Right. Yeah, I know a lot of people would want a new one from those guys who did New Vegas, but that's not what this is, I don't think.
Okay, Danny Richardson says, so I'm currently playing Fallout 4. I'm getting really into settlements. I'm waiting excitedly. So, there you go. Settlements were a huge part of 4. I just know most people didn't engage with it.
Right, I hear that, at least, especially when it launched, like, it was not well integrated.
Yeah, I mean, they kept building it out, and then they even had DLCs that expanded what was in it even more.
Right, you could make, like, your own vault eventually.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
And, like, that's cool.
Yeah, Rage 2. I'm kind of upset with Rage 2, but I'm gonna watch what they have. I really want that to not be what they showed, to be better than that.
Yeah, here, let me queue up a song and we can begin. We can just have that conversation because it's a real. There's a lot to go on there, I feel. We're gonna do. Is that gonna? Yeah, that's too strong. I need something a little bit. Is this? How about the desert? I can do that.
Okay.
Fuck Rage 2. Fuck it. It really pisses me off how much it's like, hey, what if I was hypey fun? And it's just like, that's not what Rage was. And I'm not a fan of overly dour, super self-serious games.
Right.
But Rage had a tone to how it looked and the way it carried itself that felt cool in the way Diablo 2 does. Like, it's not up its own ass, but it is serious.
Right, it's serious, but it's not
obnoxious.
Right, it's not, like...
The trailer isn't screaming at you to care immensely about a character. The trailer for Rage 1, that's what I'm talking about currently.
Right.
The trailers for Rage 1 are just, like, about the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm okay with the seriousness that's about that. I just... Rage 2 doesn't look impressive. Like, visually.
No.
It doesn't present me with any cool gameplay ideas. Its aesthetic is... I'm trying so hard to say things that are more helpful and specific to what I mean, instead of just saying words that are the result of how I feel. And it is not easy.
The artistic design in Rage 1 was amazing.
Yes.
Like, the cities they came up with, the way the characters looked was super unique.
And that's probably what is giving me that Blizzard, you know, Diablo 2 feel.
Right. Yeah,
Right.
I feel like that's a lot of that, like, it's got that gritty look to it, but like this one of the final stages you get to in Rage 1 is like this ridiculous tower. That's got, it looks almost like it's turning into some sort of mushroom.
Yes.
It's crazy. And it was really neat. And then you land and go into a stupid subway into the whole part of that game is set there. Because that game's not done. Which is really sad.
It is sad that it's not done, which is why it's so deeply frustrating to see it outsourced to the people who made the Mad Max game.
Yeah.
From Avalanche.
Yeah, I don't... Ugh. It just... It doesn't look like anything of what I wanted from Rage as a franchise. Like, the whole idea of having the open world is something Rage did, but it really just shouldn't have done that. Like, Rage really shined when it was like, okay, you go to the open world, but then you stop and you go into a corridor shooter, and it's made by guys who did Doom.
Yes,
it feels
and
good.
it feels good. Whereas that isn't gonna be a part of Rage 2.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not the type of game it is. That's not the tech it's being built on. That's not how this is gonna go.
It just wants to be wild and crazy.
These wild and crazy kids.
Like, and it comes off as like the first one is definitely it's super in the realm, which it's just Mad Max. And the new version is like it's Mad Max but crazier.
I got you, Fireheart.
Yeah,
he wanted Belmont's theme.
Fair.
I was.
Yeah, it's upsetting.
Aesthetically boring as fuck.
Yeah, like it looks like it wants to be Borderlands.
Right.
That's what it looks like.
Absolutely.
And that's the worst thing to do.
And I mean, it may be better at doing Borderlands than Borderlands. 100%. It may just, with the colorful colors and real artists, be able to out Borderlands. The problem is, I don't like that. I don't care for that. I'm not interested in the neon colors in a post-APOC. It's not a real contrast anymore. It's very overdone, I feel. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I feel about it, so it's boring as shit. Thomas Hopper says, everything everyone is saying about Rage 2, they were saying about the new Doom. When I saw the first, like, gameplay trailer for the new Doom, I was sold instantly. There were a lot of people who were really concerned about all of the quick kills, which are in the final game.
Yeah.
Like how many of those he went through. But the sheer variety of it, in the polish of gameplay, in the aesthetic, and how beautiful and smooth everything looked, sold me instantly. Like, it had a real polished look to it that I was all in on. Rage 2 doesn't begin to have any of that shit.
Yeah, the reaction, the knee-jerk reaction we got to Doom's reveal was weird. Like, all of us thought it was really cool.
Yes. Like, keep in mind, we haven't contextualized this for people who haven't followed us for even a single year. Every E3, we have off every day, we watch every conference, we get friends to come over, we have a group watch it. And the groups, you know, it's Hail Xeon, it's Eric, it's Aggro, it's us two, it's people you don't know on the channel, it's Tosh. You know, it's a wide swath of people. We all have very different tastes. And everyone seemed like, yeah, hell yeah, Doom. And it was like weird because we have a lot of moments where, you know, some people just, you know, we may get half of the room going fucking insane for a game, and the other half just being like, fuck off. Like, that happens. But Doom had everyone instantly interested in the way that you would almost think it was Kingdom Hearts 3. Whereas I don't know what everyone's reaction to Rage 2 is, but so far I haven't talked to a human being who is remotely, like you could check their brain activity during the trailer and they would come off as brain dead. They would literally, you'd be like, is this man dead? Because the trailer, it's like staring into nothing. That's how I feel, man. I watched that trailer. It didn't do any one thing well enough for me to give a fuck. Yeah. There's like, they didn't show off any of the Just Cause-y elements, you know?
Right.
Of like, hook shot to this and do something crazy, because it probably won't have it.
Right, I mean, it's got to show off the big areas. Which isn't...
It showed off the big guys?
Yeah, the big guys. Yeah. Yeah, like I said before, I really liked Rage because it was a really solid feeling shooter, and there's no way it's gonna do that anymore. Yeah.
And that's, so all of its identity's gone.
And it had a ton of like weird little Doom references. I'm sure those are gonna be gone too.
I would imagine.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe they'll still show that. Who knows? So I guess we can move on, right?
Well, let me just look over the Bethesda.
Yeah, we got more to do with
There's the Arcane question
Yeah,
mark.
that's what I'm saying. We can move on from Rage 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so Arcane, I imagine we're gonna see something new from them. It seems like they have enough studios where they have a game every year these days. Dishonored 2 wasn't last year, was it?
No.
Okay. The DLC was last year.
Wait, shit. Maybe.
No.
No. Because you know how I know it wasn't last year. Because when last year happened, we were like, this may be the best year in gaming in forever. I heard one guy go, but Dishonored 2 was last year. And it like... I probably made the same exact face as this guy I'm friends with. Chunky dude, right? He goes up to get a refill of a soda at Wendy's. And she's like, what you drink? This is literally how she sounds. I'm not exaggerating in the least. She goes, what you drink? And he goes, Coke. And she goes, Diet Coke? Doesn't skip a beat. She goes, Diet Coke? And he does this. He's like, that was basically the face I made over Dishonored 2, because I'm like, what the that doesn't even rank in games I would buy used.
Yeah,
that game has more input latency than Assassin's Creed games have quests. But whatever.
Yeah.
Is it Castlevania month, please? Is it Castlevania month yet? No, not yet. Sorry.
We need a break, guys.
Or we'll literally die.
Yeah.
I found out.
So they could be working on a new Dishonored. Mm-hmm. They could have some other project. It's too early for a new Wolfenstein. What else did Arcane do? Because they did Prey. Prey came out last year.
They did Prey and Dishonored 2, yeah. That's all I can think of from them recently.
Yeah, so there could be a new Dishonored. They could be up for that.
You're right.
Depends if they can. I think our desk is tearing itself apart.
I thought it was the door. I was literally terrified.
Okay.
Because the door is locked. Now the door is locked.
Cool. But yeah, no, that was our tape coming loose on our desk. We need to get some more tape for this weekend. Get some good packing tape, you know?
No, it's just more gaffer's tape. Admittedly, the gaffer's tape is what's keeping it together.
It is. Oh yeah, there's more gaffer's tape somewhere. There could be something new for Doom. I know I'd like to see more Doom.
Maybe Activision will announce Overwatch 2. Fox, I don't think that's how loot box scams work.
Right? But yeah, that's all I could think of for Bethesda.
They're gonna announce at least one or two things that are C-grade pieces of shit based on other greater works that either won't come out or will come out and no one will care about.
Battlecry will come out this year, right?
No. The Battlecry studio is literally working on Fallout 76, I think.
Wait, what?
Yeah. But they changed their name. It's Battlerite.
Battlerite.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Battlerite. Someone can look it up to be sure. They finally renamed that studio from like Battlerite Studio, which was the name of it. And we fucking laughed literally when we saw that. We were like, "Where the fuck? Nintendo R&D 1 or Mario?" Yeah, I don't. That's what they're gonna do. That's what ESO was. That's what the card game they announced was. That's what
we'll hear more on
Fallout Shelter kind of was.
Yes.
At least I know people who like Fallout Shelter. I have a coworker who's still playing it.
Wow.
Yeah. Get some value. You can imagine she was pretty fucking hype about Fallout 76.
I'm sure. People who get into Fallout are kind of crazy.
You're all fucking psychopaths.
Then I guess that's it for Bethesda conference. Devolver Digital. There'll be a joke conference, which will be great.
Yeah, I guess we haven't ranked Bethesda in the previous.
Yeah.
So EA, Microsoft, Bethesda. Where does Bethesda go in that? Because you were saying Microsoft top, EA bottom.
I feel like Bethesda's in the middle. Like it's above EA and it's below Microsoft.
Yeah. That's how I feel about that too.
Just because EA won, like there's probably more games I'm interested in seeing, but those things are so dreadful. Like just the way they present everything. It's just like, I don't want to be there. So yeah, Bethesda gets went out there.
Oh, take it easy, Thomas Hopper. He's got to leave.
See ya.
Bob, are you excited for Team Sonic Racing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always excited to see more racing games.
Yeah, because that's the genre that kind of died the most this gen.
Yeah.
You would think it would have been fighting games, but
yeah, I don't know.
Fighting games are doing okay, and racing games are shit the bed.
I mean, we have the best racing game is Mario Kart Deluxe on Switch. And there's no competition on the other consoles. And people,
I've been looking forward to trying Onrush.
Yes.
You should see if we can try that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what.
I've seen video of Team Sonic Racing. The handling does look markedly different from Sonic All-Stars or Sega All-Stars featuring Sonic or whatever. I think this will probably feel better than that, which is good.
Right, yeah.
Because that's all I wanted.
Right, like that did not feel good enough.
The thought of it being based on Sonic and Sega characters is pretty, pretty good.
Do we even talk about the Devolver Digital Conference?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. What do you even say?
If you guys haven't seen Devolver Digital's last E3 conference, for the love of Christ, the second you stop watching this video, go look it up and watch it, because this is the GigaBois and GigaBois associated expanded universe of people have been making jokes for 13 years now that are basically what they made and filmed and made real as a game company. And that is mind-blowing. Like, it is so exciting that someone in the industry realizes how fucking insane the industry is and just will make a conference that is parodying how screwed everything is.
Yeah, no, it's really great. It even had like a fake like pre-conference show of actors just trying to pick up things that were happening. It was pretty good.
It was art. Yeah,
it was great stuff. It's a great like downtime in the middle of all this nonsense of conferences. Of be like, here, just laugh at what you're doing with your life.
If not for the importance of Halo and Gears of War, I'd put this on the top. I'd put Devolver Digital at the top of this list.
It's fair.
But I need that Microsoft conference to begin and end as soon as possible. Because I need to go through life knowing exactly what the hell is going on with the Xbox, with Halo, with Gears. I need to know. I want to know. Can you show me? Where do you put Devolver?
Yeah, they're either the top or right under Microsoft. Just because Microsoft has the legit ability to announce important things, whereas they will just be hilarious.
Yes. Oh, they announce important things too. They're just none of them are real.
When I see Serious Sam, I hear that's a saying. Like a new Serious Sam game.
Yeah.
But I can't care. Like I've never been invested in that series. I've tried a few times. And
weirdly enough,
no.
every time they have a new one, I'm like, yeah. But I never play it. I'm just excited.
And then Monday kicks off with the Square Enix conference.
Toad says, I expect Devolver to have the only worthwhile conference. Lady Lunar says, if Dan and Bob don't consider digital as the best, this E3, we leave. Vox says, would you say there's irony in you guys saying how that one's the best, yet here you are making predictions and giving extra coverage to E3 itself? No, because it's all part of the spectacle. It's all part of the magic of the season.
Right.
We have to care immensely We have to pay attention intensely to these conferences, leading up to them and during them. So that way, when we have to deal with Pele for 40 minutes, we lose our fucking minds. That is an important part of the E3 magic. Like, what was the... Kevin Bacon? Kevin something. The fake mascot for Sony.
Oh,
Is it Kevin Bacon?
no, it's not Kevin Bacon. That's like a real actor.
Anyway,
what about him?
when they brought him out, and you were just incredibly frustrated that he is not announcing games.
Yeah,
This is not games. Please go away.
yeah, no, he was definitely just awful. Like, he is a good ad campaign.
Half of the room loved him. The other two-thirds of the other half of the room just didn't care. Bob was viscerally frustrated.
Yeah, no, it was like that weird hypey conversation. Kevin Butler. Okay. That hypey conversation or conversation. Whatever he did, his talk that was just all gamer hype.
Delivering the word? His gospel?
Yes.
You have a problem with the word?
It was pretty bad.
He used gamers with a hard R like 17 times.
He did.
In like a minute.
It was a bit much.
I think it was beautiful. Once again, I love the Devolver Conference. Do you think they could get Kevin Butler on the... He would get sued into oblivion.
Right, like that's the reason he stopped being their sponsor. Was when he showed up in that Wii ad and then he was sued.
Technically, I'm coming to his defense here.
Okay.
I'm performing my actuality.
Okay.
In actuality, it was an ad for Firestone. Or if you bought 4 Firestone tires, you got a free Wii. That was not an ad for the Wii. It's okay, Kevin, I got you. It's your real name, right? That's good.
So yeah, Square Enix.
Thank you, SILog. That gets stuck in my head a lot, but I've never had the audacity to say it.
What's up?
Don't worry about it. I don't want to have to explain it. Kevin, Hey Ma says, Kevin Butler was basically begging people to buy a move that year.
Yes, that also happened.
Was that the same year? Because I know that was a phase. But to be honest, it was more like he was shit-talking Kinect. See, the move has an important thing called buttons. When you push them, they do things. So that way you could do things in the game. Which, honestly, as a person who was interested in that type of tech and still is, that was a pretty great campaign to me. The idea of like, let's just talk about how insane it is that there's no button on the Kinect. Like they could have put a tiny controller wireless that you just a button, and that would have made the Kinect way more usable.
They would ruin the experience, Dan.
You really wouldn't?
The experience of putting out your leg and saying bam, and then it just...
You mean whoop, there it is?
Yes.
Man, where's that guy now? Because his E3 story, guy, what was it, Suda?
Yeah,
Suda,
something. Kuda.
Sonoda? Kudo Sonoda. There we go, Kudo Sonoda. That guy's story is fucking amazing because he's there for E3 2005 or 2006 for Sony showing off Fight Night.
Right.
For EA. And then within 3 E3s or something, he's showing off Kinect on Microsoft stage in an equally sleazy outfit. Like, just like, here's my tracksuit. He is Dr. Tracksuit. He's the original Dr. Tracksuit. It's amazing. Firehawk has 2 moves and he thinks that's impressive.
There are far too many moves in this household.
It's true. Sports Champions is a pretty good game, honestly.
Yeah.
Like bocce's fun. And the disc golf is fun, but like it's really accurate to a degree that can almost be frustrating if you're bad at frisbee. Because I know we've done that for some New Year's where we're like, we'll do the disc golf. And then someone who's bad at frisbee is like, this'll be fun. And they just eat shit. It's like, oh, this isn't fun at all. This is hard. What else?
Are we talking about the next conference?
Yeah. Well, we can go ahead and move on. We've ranked everything. We've talked about past E3 for a bit. Let's go on to Square Enix. What do we got at Square Enix? Is there any? I don't think there's going to be anything important.
And they took a few E3s off. So this is
Did they?
Yeah. Like they didn't do our own conference last E3. I don't think they might have had it before that.
I think they had a video 2 years ago.
Yeah, something like that.
Like,
I feel like
theirs was literally under 50 minutes 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was short, but it was also really boring. But also like announced Nier.
But that's not all. Yeah, but Nier was nowhere near the focus.
No.
Like that was brief, and it was depressing how brief it was because then they're like, let's talk about Tomb Raider. Whatever year that was.
I don't know.
That killed me. That was the year where I just started shutting down.
But hey, they've been telling us for a while that there will be a date for Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. Almost certainly gonna announce that during this. Like that'd be crazy if they didn't.
Right.
And it should be this year. That's what they keep saying. We're definitely gonna see the new Tomb Raider. Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Yep, made by the people who made Deus Ex.
That's still so weird.
It is incredibly weird, which is why I'm interested. I don't think it's good. I love when you say I'm interested, people are like, you think that thing's gonna be good? And I go, fuck no.
Right?
That's not what I said.
I wanted to see it burn.
I am interested in watching that couple in the park scream and yell at each other. That is not good. It is not healthy in the least.
Oh, man. That's...
I mean, that is really how I feel about it, though. And some people just don't get that.
Right?
They're just like, what the fuck, you think it's gonna be good? That's, yeah, like, maybe this is heresy to you people. Kingdom Hearts doesn't rank as high as that Tomb Raider, to me, in interest levels. Just because, here's what's gonna happen with Kingdom Hearts. They're gonna show even more shit that I wish I experienced for the first time in the fucking game.
Right.
And then they're gonna announce a date. And then maybe they'll announce, like, here's some pre-order goodies for different platforms.
Yeah.
Different stores.
I mean, they already did the thing a few weeks ago where they're like, let the press play it, let the whole bunch of gameplay come out. So I hope they don't go overboard with announcing stuff. Like, I don't want them to announce too much.
They let press play a shitload weeks before E3 or a week plus before E3, and you're like, I hope they don't show too much. Hopefully they made this giant gameplay demo to not even show.
No, they let them put out all of that footage.
Okay, so it's already out.
It's already out. All that stuff is out. Okay. That's why I'm like, hopefully
it's already out there. It's too late. We've seen it all. We've seen everything.
And they just showed us more of the worlds they already showed. Which I feel like is the ideal way to do it.
They've shown so many worlds. I know. At this point.
Right. So I'm hoping that we don't see more.
It's really annoying me. As someone who cares about Kingdom Hearts, but not from a lore perspective, but from what a fantastically gorgeous game.
Right.
I'm looking forward to getting to bathe in its gorgeousness, especially on this TV, that, in all fairness, these beautiful people helped us buy.
Yes.
It just fucking pisses me off every time. They're like, here's the thing. And I'm like, I didn't ask for this. I wanted a date. That's how it's been the last 3 times.
Right.
So,
at least this time we're getting the date.
This interest level's rock bottom for me. They waited so long to give me the date. I don't even fucking care. Shut up. I want to see that shit at my local Walmart. That's what I'll give a shit. But then, like, Tomb Raider may just look fucking broken.
Oh yeah, because they showed it to people behind closed doors, and they haven't let anyone, like, release footage yet. So...
what if it's a drastically different take on what is Tomb Raider?
That'd be interesting. I really don't think that's what it's gonna be.
1, I agree with you. But 2, completely different studio, completely different tech. There's no way they can make the same game as that other studio.
I thought it had the same, like, engine and stuff. They just let them use...
Is it the same engine?
I'm pretty sure that they're just letting them use everything. But yeah. It'd be really interesting to see what they did if they didn't have access to that.
I want to see...
It would be such complete trash, because, oh my god, the Deus Ex engine is not ready for a real video game.
Why have you guys been running GigaBois for 7.5 years and you're not popular?
I know.
As Dan cuts the clip reel in his head. Yeah, we don't like anything anyone likes. Maybe if you would all stop eating shit, you know, we could get along more, but I don't know.
How much are people yelling at us?
I don't know. I'm not looking for a reason. I got added a second ago by Lady Lunar. Let's see. Lady Lunar saying Kingdom Hearts info got out because they were hacked or something. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know anything about that. Oh, she's talking about Tomb Raider. Yeah. Yeah, no, that happened a long time ago.
Oh yeah, the Tomb Raider
like
stuff,
a year and a half.
They weren't even hacked. I think it was just
It was some
dude,
dumbass working on it on a laptop on a bus,
right?
and some dude just looks over his shoulder and literally like, who the fuck does that?
Right? Why would you do that? But other than that, we're gonna see Dragon Quest XI comes out this year in States, so I assume we're gonna see more of that.
I'm thrilled.
The demo is gonna be at the store at E3,
and hopefully they can have the niceness, the generosity to put it online for us.
It'd be great. That'd be real nice.
I'm so interested in that.
Yeah, I'm
ready to take off.
It's fine.
Good thing we'll never need to adjust the volume ever again. Because I'm just gonna stop it, and this is part of the podcast that's awkwardly silent. But yeah, I really think I don't know, man. I want the Tomb Raider to be weird as shit and broken. I want both. But I want it to be like, here's our turn-based Tomb Raider, and I'm like,
oh man.
I used my jump skill on the boulder. You rolled a 1. You're dead.
There's no way they would let them make that. That would be amazing.
It's like a party gift. You're all fired, but finish the game.
Yes.
It'd be incredible.
But no, I think that it's going to be another retreading of Laura learning to become the Tomb Raider. Something she's done twice over by now.
No, it's called Shadows of. They can't do another.
Maybe we'll see Final Fantasy VII Remake. Honestly, they'll probably say that for the Sony conference if they do anything with it.
I feel like they may screw Sony out of that reveal.
Maybe, but
even though Sony has been stuck with them in the mud because of this bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about Final Fantasy VII showing up.
Yeah, I really want to see. I want that game to be real.
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
I
really just don't know it yet.
It'd be nice if we'd stop being excited for a game that wasn't real,
right? Clearly not real.
It would be really great if they could invent a game that we've been excited about this whole time.
I mean, after No More finishes Kingdom Hearts, he can focus on this, right? He doesn't have like 12 other projects going, right? Uh-oh. It's good stuff.
It is. I wonder if anyone in the chat knows. I feel like there are at least 2 or 3 people who should definitely know.
There's also, I was looking into other things that could show up in this conference. Square Enix, I totally forgot. They announced an Avengers game like the beginning of the year, end of last year.
Yeah, that was last year as part of their fiscal.
Yeah,
like they were explaining to their board members and whatever, like, hey guys, we have the rights to do an Avengers game. We're having this studio work on it. And I forgot what the studio was.
Right.
It may have been the one that made Tomb Raider, but I really don't know. I really have no idea. I forgot.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was the Tomb Raider devs.
So that way they got taken off of the game that they helped rebirth. And now they're getting thrown on some other shit. It's ludicrous. Captain Pollution showed up and said, "What's up, guys? What is this? Noodle news? No, this is our very high-end news desk.
Yeah.
Are you insulting our set? We paid a lot of money for this desk. Cost me about $300. Which is why we had to use this, a set design. These were sent to us.
Maybe we should put, like, write E3 on them, though, just so people know what they're getting into, like, right on the cup doodles.
You know, E3 can't really be written across 3 objects.
I mean, it could just be 2.
Okay. There's got to be somewhere selling a cup noodle this big. we can get Toast to draw a cup noodle design on a styrofoam cup that is this big.
Oh, I don't think
That'll be great.
Go well.
That'll be great.
So yeah, we might see an Avengers video game from Square Enix. I'd love to see more weird little projects, like another crazy announcement like the one like Nier last time. Just out of nowhere, working with some other dev.
Did that most recent Tokyo RPG Factory game come out?
Yeah, that's out.
Okay,
so we could see a new one.
Yeah, because they're just spinning them
It's
fucking
been
out.
5 months.
They're just like.
Octopath Traveler might see more of that, but that comes out like in a month, so I don't think they're gonna focus.
Real quick, Lady Lunar Phoenix was a little confused by our comments on Final Fantasy VII Remake. It basically got rebooted. They kind of canceled it and then brought it internal to work on it.
Yeah.
It was CyberConnect making it. And I'm pretty upset because I'm certain I would have liked whatever they made more than what Square Enix will do. Heck, get Hexadrive to make it. Fuck it.
That's pretty good. Oh right, I guess we still have a whole year of Final Fantasy 15 DLC to worry about. It'd be absolutely insane if they were able to announce a new Final Fantasy. Like, I don't think they're doing it. There's also the thing that they're supposed to be working on alongside this Final Fantasy 15 DLC from the same director and stuff, and same team. That's like some other RPG.
I forgot that the groundhog saw its fucking shadow and that I have to deal with another fucking year of DLC for this fucking game. I forgot. I was like, I'm not fucking making up my reaction there. I got blindsided. I was like, it's out on PC, we're done, we're out.
No.
And you being like, hopefully they'll announce another Final Fantasy. I'm just like, no. We're here the entire gen. Here's your one Final Fantasy. The MMO doesn't count.
Yeah, it's different.
Spaceman Fizz says, this sounds like Mega Man X, which it is very Mega Man X. He says it's very Mega Man X.
Yes.
It's made by Capcom.
But it is not Mega Man X.
It is not.
What kind of comments we got, Dan?
Spaceman Fizz says, Final Fantasy 15, except you can make the boys kiss in this one.
Revolutionary technology.
They should just sell that as its own separate game.
I mean, that could
like
be
the
a
VR
game.
fishing thing. Yeah,
no, they could make some serious money.
It makes some serious
I mean, mod
money.
support just came out on PC. I'm sure we'll have that mode soon.
It's true. Square Enix doesn't have to make shit. Toad does point out that one of these years they did come out with World of Final Fantasy.
Yeah. So that team could be working on something else.
And I think Toad's insinuating that that should count as another Final Fantasy.
No.
But yeah, that team could be...
Sure, that game's probably fine.
That game is more fine than DLC for 15.
Right?
Let's see.
They could well announce more stuff for Switch. There could be other stuff on the way for that.
It would be really nice to see Square Enix team up with Nintendo, because Ubisoft did, and I think Nintendo's really banging it out right now.
Yeah.
So people are probably more interested than ever to work with them on stuff.
Maybe some sort of new Mario RPG.
This is the most obvious song I could choose from this game. I feel like that's never gonna happen.
Yeah, no.
Just because of the Mario and Luigi games.
Right. We don't get the Geno sequel we all want. And Geno and Smash Bros. Just isn't happening.
Char 0093. I think Geno's happening.
I want to believe.
I think Geno's happening.
Hey, D3, you gotta
believe,
right? Like,
that's my Hail Mary bet for E3. Geno's happening. Finally. I'm gonna lose my shit. There's a good chance we should film this E3. Like, just for us, if not uploading it.
okay.
Because
Yeah, maybe.
Because what if they announce Geno?
Right.
I'm never gonna be that happy ever again. So Geno's gonna be great. I mean, didn't they put a Geno outfit?
They put a Geno outfit in there.
They know. You know.
Like, they had to.
We give more of a shit about Geno than Cloud.
Probably, yeah.
It's fucking true.
So yeah.
Char 0093 says Einhander remake. I mean, it's really way out there, but that's all I have. That's all they have that I care about. Do you usually live stream your E3 party? That'd be sick. I would watch that. We've thought about it, but we've never done it before. We don't want to do anything to ruin the air.
Right, yeah,
because
people
get self-cautious.
Right.
I mean, we bring people on the show, and they go from some of the most talkative motherfuckers I've ever known to dead silent. That's the way some people are the moment you tell them, hey, I'm going to immortalize what you're saying on the internet forever. Weird. Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm feeling like the Square Enix one is going to be pretty good. I need to see that Tomb Raider. I need to see some Dragon Quest.
Right. If it weren't for their track record of like having really boring conferences, I'd be more excited for it. But what they have to bring is totally up there. Like, they have a ton of potential.
Right, and their schedule is only for like an hour, I assume.
Probably.
That's usually what they've done.
So
it can't be Pele because Pele happens for an hour.
So yeah.
Pele is 3 years long.
So where are we ranking this one?
Here, let's.
I feel like basically Devolver Digital in all these is just making it a mess. I feel like that's just like,
that's ruining it for your brain.
Yeah, it's impossible for me to move it anywhere. So it's just going to be, it'll be hilarious. It is all a separate track. Oh.
eBay has been convinced for months that I want to buy a Nintendo DS dev kit. Months.
You've done well to train it.
I haven't done that shit this year.
So yeah, I'm gonna rank Square Enix.
You're removing Devolver.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And I'm gonna rank them right under Microsoft.
Microsoft, Square Enix, Bethesda, EA.
Yeah. That's in the Square Enix conference. Probably gonna let me down. Probably gonna be terrible. Probably gonna be like one of the worst conferences. But it's probably not gonna be worse than EA.
I agree with that order, but Devolver Digital in my book goes right below Square Enix.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Fox is saying they should announce Airgeese 2, God Bless the Cage.
They should.
They should.
All of these things they should do.
Spaceman Smith says they release Mallow instead. I would still be okay with that because he would cast amazing magic.
I forgot about the rumor going around that there's a new Fable.
Yeah, so Microsoft maintains its position on the top of this list.
You're right. Like, it's possible that'll show up. I feel like that's not gonna happen. I don't want to get excited for something that's not real.
I think it'll happen. Microsoft realizes they need to make a game with that. Games. I don't think they will have a game to show per se. They may just, make a trailer.
They might do a Microsoft and be like, here's a CG trailer of a game that we'll never actually make. Or maybe we'll let them get really far in development and then kill the studio.
Your voice at the beginning, the way it cracked and everything and how dumb it sounded, you reminded me of the character of the critic, where the critic goes to write Hollywood movies and he's like, keep this up and you'll get to write movies, or you'll be leading the studio in a year. And he's like, I actually used to be the lead of this, or I used to be the head of the studio. Then I signed a 7-year deal with Pauly Shore. Who would have thought that would have gone wrong? He goes back to sweeping. And I was like, yeah, that guy's probably running Microsoft.
Yeah, okay.
I don't understand why they're so upset. We made a nice trailer.
We made a really good box.
I thought they loved, fuck, what's the name of that celebrity? The former athlete, hilarious guy, played the president in Idiocracy. I know, right? We are too tired.
I was thinking about it earlier today when we were talking about Crackdown.
Yeah. That guy.
All those Moutendu videos.
Moutendu. That's his name, right? Moutendu?
Definitely.
He's a buff black dude who plays Muscle Beach on his abs.
Yes.
In any case, yeah, no, they don't. Fox, you shut your mouth. Fox says, I hope Gino is never in Smash so I never have to care about Smash. One, you should care about Smash because it's a great and fun game. I can understand why you don't care about Smash because it requires friends. She's like, what the fuck? Look, I wouldn't say these hateful things if you didn't say your hateful things first. Okay? Okay.
So then we got Ubisoft's conference.
But I did Terry Crews, by the way.
Terry Crews, okay.
Thank you, Toad. You can tell that I've well rested for this.
Yes.
I really do want to see a Fable from Microsoft, so this only bolsters their position at the top of my list.
Like, after having one Fable get announced, get to a playable beta, and then get canceled this gen?
Yes.
Wow.
And that was, like, even just describing it like that makes it sound like it took place over a much shorter period of time.
Right.
It was like, announce it, let the press play it, 9 months later have a beta, and then cancel it 2 months after that.
What was that?
It's almost like
Spark?
Spark came out.
Yeah, doesn't it get canceled after that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it got shut the fuck down, so
Right.
the servers are dead, and I don't even know if you can conquer anymore. That really obsessed me. I wanted to try that game at some point.
Yeah.
Spaceman Spiff is hoping Fable, says, quote, Fable, but the morality system is deeper than press A for obvious good choice, B for obvious evil choice.
That'll never be a thing.
That's not even Fable at that
right?
point.
What is
Nuance?
that game?
Get out of here.
I want the game where I can go cut a tree.
Fox says, I thought you were my friend, Dan. I guess we're not actually friends. We're not Smash friends because you're not in Florida. And I don't play online. That's gay. I was like, he's talking as though he plays online, though. I'm so confused. I can't wait till this live stream ends and I get back to ruining my SR on Overwatch.
Dan, don't do that.
I should probably maybe just sleep first and then play Overwatch freshly rested.
Yeah.
Instead of just
You have the day off.
grinding away 100 points of my SR.
Did you do all your ranking matches?
Oh yeah, no, I placed. And then I ground like 130 points off my fucking SR. It hurts. I was so close to plat.
Ugh.
Okay, we've heard enough of F-Zero. By the way, that other game was Breath of Fire. I'm disappointed in you all. Just, you know, here's how you know it's a Breath of Fire game. Does it sound like Mega Man X as an RPG? It's the easiest way to tell.
Oh, man.
Easiest way. Okay, Bob, what are we moving on to?
We got
now?
Ubisoft's conference.
UB or not UB?
Sometimes they bring out crazy stuff. Oh, no.
I wonder if the Lufia 2 composer has done stuff since.
Obviously there's Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
That's too much.
The real video game.
And it's in Greece!
Oh, is
Thus it's based on the Odyssey.
Oh my god.
Thus the fucking subtitle and the fact I'm obligated to be okay with it. Even though I'm like, we got...
Are they gonna make Odysseus an assassin? I'm gonna be really angry if they are. Don't tell me that's what this is, Dan. I didn't look up anything.
I ruined our E3 moment where Bob was confronted with some trailer being like, Odysseus is a really interesting character, so we decided to ruin him.
Can we just not talk about Ubisoft anymore? Can we move on?
We're already done. That bad?
Oh no.
You, wow, you really didn't,
I didn't. Because I heard it leaked like months ago, and I didn't read anything about what leaked. Great. That'll be so fun. I'll be really excited to see that.
Uh-huh.
I guess they'll get to keep using their Sword and Shield combat stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's going to be very similar to last year's game.
yes, because last year's game was the ambitious one. Now they're gonna keep grinding out ones that are almost identical.
I mean, the cool thing about them doubling down on an ambitious one is that they can build it out with more, like, trappings, more interesting stuff to build around the core mechanics of the interesting one.
for sure.
Because just getting that off the ground is the hard part.
Like the 4 is still like a lot of people's favorite because it took the boat stuff from 3, it took it out of that bad game,
Yes.
and put it in a game that was fun and about going around just being a pirate.
And on a completely related note, let's talk about Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones, yeah.
That's probably not showing up. I think they already announced the delay.
Oh yeah.
It's not coming out this year. Sounds like more of that boat stuff from Skull and Bones is making its way into Odyssey.
Oh?
Because and that's the fucking weird part. They've started making a game out of the boat mechanics from Assassin's Creed and then eventually fed it back into Assassin's Creed. It's like, man, you didn't make a game at all, did you? You wrote it off on your taxes like, oh man, we lost so much money developing this product that never came out. It wasn't just the most insanely expensive R&D known to man.
If Odyssey is using a lot of boat stuff, like the Odyssey is a great place for boat stuff.
Yes.
Like
it is.
Like that would be enough to make me excited for the game.
Yes.
Because then you're fighting krakens and all sorts of craziness.
Yes.
So maybe there's a bright side to this. Though you're supposed to fight a kraken in Skull and Bones.
So I broke your resolve, and then I built you back up.
I'm sad about
that's an interest. Like that's good. You know.
Right. I want Skull and Bones to be a real video game, and I wish that they didn't announce it as a multiplayer focused game.
Yeah.
Like I think that's what ruins it for me.
My phone's trying to ban Toad. Sorry, Toad.
Because like the whole idea of like just another pirate game that's actually legitimately good and about pirates, like that's
without
solid.
Needing it to be, yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to be multiplayer. It'd be like CSCs but good. Yeah.
So okay, so we have a lot of comments about Ubisoft.
Okay.
Firehawk absolutely hates Ubi shows with passion.
Yeah, they have like,
because
the worst
of the Just Dance, the Aisha Tyler.
Aisha Tyler is awful. The Just Dance is hilarious, though.
Okay, so no shit. Once again, Aisha Tyler's a very divisive topic within the E3 crowd. Aggro and Halcyon seem to really dig her, or was it Eric and Aggro? I think it's Eric and Aggro, maybe Halcyon, Eric and Aggro. They seem to be like, no, I think she does a great job. Whereas I'm like, no, she's like swinging way more than she's landing hits. It's bad. And then Bob's like, get this bitch off the stage. I want you to stick her in a trash compactor. Then I will buy your game. And you know, other people just fall somewhere along that incredibly wide spectrum. Aisha Tyler didn't show up last year.
Right.
That disappointed people somehow.
Right, I was really glad. Like, last year's had the best feel for a Ubisoft conference because it didn't have any crazy Mr. Caffeine.
I mean, it literally started with, like, the developer of Mario & Rabbids crying because Miyamoto was on stage talking about the game they made together, basically.
Right.
And, like, that's wholesome.
Right, that's sweet.
Good. That's sweet.
Beyond Good and Evil 2 will probably be there. Maybe it'll be a real video game this time. Maybe it'll show something from it instead of just a CD trailer.
That's not a game.
Right? It's definitely not the game people wanted it to be.
I mean, I feel like our resident Beyond Good and Evil 2 fan, or Beyond Good and Evil fan.
Yes.
The Faker.
Yes.
Which update his wiki entry. I feel like even he tried. I feel like he tried to be excited for Beyond Good and Evil 2, but then it just became really obvious that it wasn't a game. Because they're sitting there and they're like, it could be this. It could be this. We are doing something like this. Please do not write that down. It's like, what the fuck are you?
Right, they don't want to commit. It sounds like it's supposed to be an open world, huge game with multiple planets to explore. It's like,
that's not.
Yeah, like, are you doing that? And also, they announced that it's like what upset a lot of fans. It's not a sequel. Like, this is a prequel.
Yes. So it doesn't resolve any of the fucking plot strings that were left.
They left like the main character, like the dad was cancer or something.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not doing anything that people wanted to accomplish for having a C2 after all these years.
Yeah. So Beyond Good and Evil 2 may or may not show.
Right. I feel like they're gonna bring it out.
Okay.
I don't know
think they may not.
I feel like it's not gonna be anything of what they promised last year, but it will be something.
I don't think
a video game.
I don't think it's shipping this year, so I don't think it shows up this year.
I guess
that's how I feel. Backpedaling just a moment.
Okay.
Fox says Aisha Tyler's great in general, but as a Ubisoft presenter, it just felt like, how do you do, fellow gamers? Hey, you're cosplaying this. How crazy. Let's make a meme. Are you ready to meme with me?
Yeah. No.
That's when I was like, holy fuck, get me out. That year was the worst.
Yes.
By a fucking
like, I don't
country
dislike
mile.
Aisha Tyler is like an actress or anything.
My phone just died. No one can read you.
No. Oh no. But
It's okay. Our chat's reasonable, calm, collected. They won't just start screaming.
sure. That's not what's gonna happen.
What else we got?
Apparently there's a Division 2.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's what I was reading.
Was that a part of the Walmart leak?
No, I think that was something that leaked before that even, and then got confirmed.
There's just no luck. I literally couldn't remove the wall wart from my power strip for some reason.
Jeez. So I don't even know what you do with Division 2. I wrote it down here just because I guess it's the thing that they're working on.
Yep. So you're not excited?
No.
You're not excited
Division 1
to
was
New York?
was a wholly different game than what they promised. Like that was one of the most stark.
It's a Ubisoft game, so
I know.
of course.
Like that was one of the most stark differences in reveal to game they've done ever, and it's Ubisoft, so that's saying a lot.
It is saying a lot. It's just the way they roll.
I don't know. I assume it's gonna change environments. Like
I assume the Division 2 literally will look like, if they're showing it off the E3, it will literally look like it might as well have been DLC for the Division 1. I don't think look-wise it's gonna look very different.
Yeah,
but maybe that's Destiny talking.
Maybe it's just like
maybe they'll properly Assassin's Creed it, and this time they'll be like, you're in Chicago.
That'll be really hard to tell.
Yeah, but at least it'll be a different city,
right?
Like I'm literally worried they're going to do a Destiny thing,
right? Just like, well, now it's the other part of New York.
You're 10 miles west. Cool.
Yeah, so I couldn't be any less hyped for that.
For
Division 2.
Yeah, okay. We already talked about Skull and Bones.
Yes. Splinter Cell apparently leaked from Walmart.
Yeah, it did.
And that makes sense because they did a Splinter Cell tie-in thing with the DLC in Ghost Recon.
It's true.
So that's neat.
I'm not interested at all.
No.
I don't know what you can do with Splinter Cell that gets me interested. How about you, Bob?
I like stealth games, so I'm interested in seeing them try again.
Mm-hmm.
I hear good things about Blacklist and about the one before that, the Conviction. I hear more great things about Conviction than Blacklist, honestly, because Blacklist had all the weird stuff with changing the voice actors and that sort of thing. So I'm interested in seeing what they do with it. Maybe they'll focus on having a solid sneaking game. I can't say I've liked the way that Ubisoft games felt in like a decade or something.
I'm not sure that I've ever liked any of their games and how they felt.
Yeah, I know I haven't liked any of the way the Splinter Cell's game felt. But hey, it's another Cells game. I'm interested in giving it a shot.
Yeah.
Michael Ironsides will be back because he did the DLC.
Yeah,
stuff,
he did. Yeah, he did.
So that would be neat.
You promise?
No. But I think it'll be okay. I think there's a chance it will be neat.
Possibly.
Possibly. I feel like there's something else with missing from Ubisoft's conference here. Like there's something just obvious.
Bob, are you telling me you missed something obvious?
Oh right, of course. We're gonna see Prince of Persia 2. The sequel to that reboot they did on PS3.
Thank God. We're finally getting around to that.
Honestly, we should have been doing like what we really want from these that won't actually happen. And that's gonna be mine for this one.
Okay.
Because that Prince of Persia reboot had a really cool art style. And ended on a cliffhanger.
Hey, my phone's booting.
Should I bring up chat?
Nah.
Nah.
They'll be fine. They're respectable.
So yeah, I don't think there's anything else to say about Ubisoft.
Ubisoft is probably going to be one of the worst for me.
Yeah, they are always...
There's almost no mystery.
Right. Maybe Driver will come back. Fine.
That'd be pretty cool.
It would. Oh, right. The Crew 2 comes out, like, at the end of the month.
Fucking...
I don't think...
The Crew 2.
I don't think they'll actually show it here just because it's coming out at the end of the month. That'd be crazy to be like... But some serious time to showing this off.
I think they'll do it. You would be surprised how many E3 companies are just willing to show off some shit that you already know enough about. You know?
Right.
Man, that's some great music running on that live stream. I wonder whose live stream that is.
Everyone's just left.
Well, we haven't made it to the two most interesting conferences.
No. The PC gaming conference. I didn't even write anything down.
I can talk about it a bit.
Sure.
So new Ryzen cores came out from AMD CPUs.
Right, and AMD always punches these.
We're talking, yeah, and they show up with them a lot. This thing has like 28 cores on a single fucking CPU. So multi-threaded, we're talking 56 fucking threads.
It's insane.
Yeah, no, the thing is insanely powerful. It's just really unfortunate that on the GPU side, AMD isn't delivering this year at all. It sounds like they're delivering two things. One is a 32 gigabyte HBM2 fucking beast of a GPU that's for workstations.
Okay.
That's why it has 32 gigs. The other thing is the nano version of a pre-existing card, so smaller, but still the same performance level, kind of. Neither of those are exciting.
No.
And it's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate AMD isn't bringing the value that they need to be. It's unfortunate that the CPUs are so good and the GPUs are just not performing.
You know, last year at the PC Gaming Show, we did see some cool indie stuff. Like that's where we got, God, what's the name of that? Last Night or something? It was that weird game that was like pixel art in CG backgrounds.
Oh, where the guy had to come out and be like, sorry, I used the word cook on Twitter.
Yes.
I wish that was what he said. I wish that was what he said on Twitter and what he said on stage, because I would have laughed until I died.
Yes.
It would be the most 2018 thing possible if someone has to go on stage at this year's E3 is like, sorry I called you all cocks on Twitter. Please forgive me, or some shit. Here's the game. Yeah, no, his game looked dope as shit.
Yeah.
Like, gorgeous. Did that thing come out?
No, that's still not out.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I would have felt bad if I missed it.
Right?
Because it looked intensely good. But yeah, Char's pointing out that Stalker 2 would be a surprise, you know? Maybe it's showing up.
Maybe.
The PC. I think the PC conference could have something good, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be they're always bad. But at least they were in, like last year's interesting.
I love how shill it gets and how bad the host is.
Yes.
That's maybe not a good thing for me to feel. But, you know. Meh.
Right.
We were asked for this.
This game's filled with great music, and yet they find this one.
It's an alright song.
It's okay. It's just not. It's not as good.
Okay.
As others.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. And then.
Wing Commander, I'm sure it's gonna be there. Yeah, totally.
Star Citizen might be.
Star Citizen, that's what it's actually called.
Yeah. I really do like the PC Gaming Show, because you never
the quality.
A dude came on stage and literally apologized for being too right wing or something.
No, it was.
No, that's literally what he was apologizing for.
It was an SJW situation. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But
yeah.
I think the whole thing wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. He called the wrong amount of women bitches for the wrong reasons.
Something like that.
I literally have no idea.
Right, I can't remember.
Just to be clear, it was someone was like, that guy 4 years ago sounded like he might have been okay with Gamergate. It was seriously like that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, Jesus Christ. Do they think Gamergate is like neo-Nazis?
I guess.
I
don't know.
Do they think we need to just murder all of these retired Gamergate generals with guns? Like, what? Check his suitcase for the Gamergate gold. I don't. That whole thing was crazy.
Yeah.
That it was just like, yeah, nice artistic game. Problem.
This thing you saw on Twitter
4 fucking years ago. But whatever.
What's up?
Strigoi says he was right of Mao. He's to the right of Mao politically, so he's a neo-Nazi. That's how it works. Yeah, see, and that's the error I have about a Toad, where Toad says, it's funny how nobody has really cared about Gamergate for years, and yet it keeps getting dragged out. And it gets dragged out at the most weird fucking moments. That's what's weird about it. Like, it's almost like you expect some journalist woke up in cold sweats and just started screaming, Gamergate! And then they wrote an article, and everyone's like, where the fuck did this come from?
Do you think Adina Sarkeesian's gonna come out this year with her list of, like, games that respect women or whatever?
Sarkeesian never has made it to E3. I think she's been at GDC.
She just sits at the sidelines, like, after the thing's over, like, this is how many times women were the main character. And,
that's right. She shitposts from E3.
Yeah,
I forgot she does that.
Yeah,
she literally does that. I forgot that was a thing. Nice tits, Laura. Nice constructive criticism, Anita. Man, the thought of constructive criticism coming from that show. Now that it's over and dead as shit.
All right.
We concluded having made 1/3 of the things we promised. Bye! I'm just like... Now keep in mind, no one can get angry. That would make you a misogynist.
Yeah, okay. I guess we should move on.
That whole thing went weird. In any case, I'm gonna do Booster Hill, because that was suggested, and it is good. So that's why I like the PC Gaming Show.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe Anita's showing up.
Anything can happen at the PC Gaming Show.
Maybe we'll get that guy with that artsy game from last year and Anita on the stage at the same time. And the interviewer just pouring sweat like a fucking Key and Peele sketch. That'd be good. So yeah, but you know, the PC gaming thing's too much of a wild card. I can't even rank it. I can't even rank it, but it's better than the 8.
Yeah, it's better than the 8.
Chance of Pele showing up, bare minimum. Bare minimum.
So Sony's is the next one up.
Mm-hmm. I doubt they have anything to show. Hey Bob,
they show.
Can you adjust the volume?
Yeah.
Damn it, I was hoping he would just say no, and I would say correct assessment, but he literally got up and walked over and moved the knob. Thank you. I think he's trying to say he doesn't like this song. That's why he was that motivated. Hell yeah, I can right now. But yeah, here, I'm gonna put this down for a second. We're gonna have a serious conversation about Sony.
Okay.
Bob,
what's up?
You would say that you and I follow Sony's shenanigans pretty closely.
Yeah.
For, let's say, 13 years straight.
Mm-hmm.
We generally know what to expect. We are very critical, and we're very invested. We're very interested since we've owned PlayStations since the beginning of PlayStation.
Right.
This is maybe the least interested I've been.
Yeah, them announcing that their show is mostly these 4 games we've already announced.
Yeah.
Is not exciting.
It only works if it's a fucking lie.
Right.
Which it could be. That would be great.
Right.
They would have won. They would have been like, hey, Microsoft, this is it. But here's what it seems like. This is all the games because next year's the PS5.
Right.
That's almost definitely the case. By the way, when I say shit like that, I try to make the dumbest face possible so that way when people go back and they clip it out, I'm like looking so full of myself. I'm like, yeah, it's definitely happening. PS5 2019. That way, if I'm right, I get to clip it out and be like, look at me, I was so sure of myself. Either way, it's a win-win,
right?
Either I'm a fantastically huge dumbass, or I'm such a smug, cool guy.
And then they did say that they're gonna have third-party announcements. That's what I'm really excited for at this show.
Well, let's talk about the first-party offerings. We
Yeah.
didn't really talk about it. Every trailer for The Last of Us 2 makes me want to never even play that game. So far, it has been miserable.
Yeah, no. Last of Us 2, the very announcement of it was like, I don't want more of that. Like, that was, Last of Us was done.
I was willing to give them rope.
Yeah.
With the announcement of the game, I was like, okay, sure, go ahead. Try and press me. I'm above that. You can't pull these heartstrings. Once again, the E3 panel of the years has run the full gamut of people interested in The Last of Us Part 2, people not interested in The Last of Us Part 2, guy who's convinced Joel is a ghost in that trailer.
I forgot.
I wish I could.
I don't know how we find him, man. Joel is a ghost, Dad. He died.
I'm like,
don't you remember the part where he died?
No.
It was really sad.
Because it didn't happen.
They were in the forest. He plays Ellie.
That was
then he never plays Joel again.
That was his ghost. No, he walked in through the door and it was bright outside. No, he was invisible. You could see through him. No, that was glare. In Bloom, it was bright outside. Joel just walked into a house.
Oh my god. If this game was about Ghost Joel, I'd be more invested. Because I would have been like,
I want David Cage to direct at that point.
Right? Yeah, no, fully jump that shark.
Yeah, Sony, don't retire your IPs, just hand them to David Cage. Let him write the next Infamous. It's the only way the writing could get worse than 2.
I was like, there's no way you can make the writing worse than 2. Oh, wait.
Oh, we found a way. Are you gonna rip her fucking face off or give her flowers? These are your two choices. It's very compelling. And then there's a button that acts like a choice, but all you do is go, Jason! in her face. You know.
But I actually am kind of interested in seeing some of these games. Spider-Man, not really. We saw enough Spider-Man last year.
Sorry, I'm gonna read this about The Last of Us 2. AXM says, who's ready to hear about how The Last of Us 2 is the first time video games ever had good stories?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Just like I did with God of War, just like I did with Last of Us 1. And real quick, Last of Us 1 is the Citizen Kane of gaming. Because Citizen Kane is not an exceedingly well-written story. It's a very well-executed film. There's a fucking difference. Okay, so for other exclusives, we have Spider-Man.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about Spider-Man? Rate your excitement or expectations, whichever way you want to phrase that.
Okay.
1 to 10.
Probably like a 6 or 7.
Spot on with me.
Because I'm like
6 or 7.
I'm a big Star Wars. I'm a big Spider-Man fan.
I love Star Wars! Bob can't even talk about other IPs. That's how much he loves Star Wars. Rich Evans is such a faker compared to Bob. He can't even fucking talk about anything else for a second.
But yeah,
he's like, it's been too long since we talked about Star Wars during this live stream. It's been since the beginning.
But I don't know. Like, I feel like I saw enough of Spider-Man. I want just come out. Maybe just show like city exploration. Just a little bit of running around the city and doing stuff. Because that's where I worry it's not going to be fun to move around the city. And if they can show off, no. Whip string is good.
They can show off. No! They need to show off something mechanically about this game that builds it up more, because what they've shown so far seems neat, but it seems like the exact type of game where I don't give a shit.
Yeah, no,
like, I don't think I'm gonna have a fun
too close
time
to
playing.
Batman.
Well, I mean, there's that, and then there's also the idea of what gameplay is in it. Like, you go to do this quest at this building, and then bad guys fight you, and you fight through them, and you get to the boss, and the boss isn't going to be especially compelling in the way it works, because it's not a platinum game or action game.
Right.
You know?
It's like more of a QTE, and
yeah. And, you know, I'm sure it'd be fun, it would be alright, but I don't know.
It'll probably be the best Spider-Man game since PS2. Like, there's no way that's not going to be the case.
Yeah.
Which is cool in its own right.
Yeah.
Like, I like... Yeah. I'd like it to be more than that.
Yes.
Like, if we could...
And that's sort of my thing. That's why it's a 6 to 7 for me.
Right.
Why is it everyone's intro theme, but not the actual fight? Why are these always sorted in the worst way imaginable? We put a number. You couldn't put, like, a single word? It literally went through everyone's tiny intro ditty before it hits the fight music.
That makes sense.
Sure. Yeah, so I'm gonna say 6 to 7 for Spider-Man. Last of Us 2. My expectations going in are like 2 out of 10. The tone of that last trailer sucked. It was so far up its own goddamn ass. Like, it's the bad kind of serious.
Right.
Like, here, I'm gonna show off fucking murder porn on the screen, and it's so real right now, and oh no, zombies! It's like, you are literally everything I was glad The Last of Us 1 wasn't.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's a grounded story about characters, and you build up the understanding of the characters and their relationship to each other throughout. This immediately just goes into the deep end of, like, ooh, we're gonna stir up these fanboys' imagination of, like, who's this character? Is that Ellie's mom? Oh my god, the flashback segment. It's like, just fuck off. You're not showing interesting gameplay. You're not doing anything other than being way up your own ass. It's the Death Stranding trailer without the weird, interesting shit. It's just 100% of the up its own ass part, which isn't interesting unless you do weird shit.
Are zombies not weird?
No! They might as well be eating, like, white bread on screen, just being like, man, this buddy bread is real weird. How weird. What an interesting delicacy. Stroy says Web of Shadows was decent.
I didn't play that one.
Word. So yeah, this is the least excited I've been for a Sony conference, just based off of those two. Ghost of Tsushima?
Yeah.
Really excited.
Yeah, no, I want to see that game.
I love Sucker Punch. I have enjoyed every Infamous, despite the writing in 2. I think 2's the weakest game I've ever played from them. Just like Cooper 1, I wish I played it when it first came out. I played it way, way later, but pretty decent game. Bob, someone gifted us Recore.
Oh yeah, we didn't.
We're gonna have to do something with that someday, and that deeply concerns me.
Are you not excited?
No.
Hyped? We're gonna get Recore 2 at this Microsoft conference.
One moment while I super chat ourselves. Where would you put the PS1 Spider-Man games then, Bob?
I haven't played those in so long. I remember enjoying them.
Yeah, the second PS1 Spider-Man game is considered like one of the best.
PS1 Spider-Man game?
Yeah.
Because I know that, like, PS2 Spider-Man 2 is...
I'm pretty sure the second Spider-Man game on PS1 is the one everyone's like, the web slinging feels correct.
No, that's Spider-Man 2 on PS2. Based on the movie. That's the one where the guy...
Based on the movie Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, that's the one where the guy even spun off and made his own game just recently. It's like,
yeah,
finally.
Did that come out?
Yeah, that came out, and I haven't played it.
Everyone's got these video games. We ain't got no time to play them. Spaceman Spiff says, I gotta go to work and miss the Nintendo segment. Gonna have to watch it later. Have a good night. Take it easy, Spaceman Spiff. Good, now he's gone. We can shit talk him and open his box and talk about how sad it is. We haven't opened your box, by the way. I want to film it, and we haven't had time to film it.
Right.
Okay. What else do we have from Sony? Ghost of Tsushima, very excited. Sucker Punch makes great stuff.
Death Stranding.
That environment, very exciting to explore. Death Stranding's a game?
I want to see if it's a game. I feel like this...
mechanically, he's had talks about the mechanics of that game. How he's shown 0 frames of it.
Right?
He's like, it's a shooter game. It's online multiplayer. This is how it works. It's squad based, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, the fuck it is? So yeah, I guess I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, I want it. If he actually brings a video
The Last of Us 2 is really just shitting up the whole conference to me. That's why I feel so uninterested.
Yeah, that's fair.
I hope they do something with The Last of Us 2 that reverses this feeling I have on it. Death Stranding, of course I want to see the game.
Right?
I've been seeing the cutscenes like it's fucking Metal Gear Solid 4 all over again for years.
Yeah, I wish you were making trailers like he did back in the pre-Metal Gear Solid 4 days.
Okay, I was like, he is doing the Metal Gear Solid 4 thing. What are you fucking talking about?
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Where it was like a trailer cut out of games, different cutscenes in the game. It's not just one cutscene that runs all the way through.
Well, not only that, it's a shitload of gameplay cut to voiceover. That's what Metal Gear Solid 2 was.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 3 played its cards pretty close to its chest. It did. And sold jack shit. Because there is no good.
So then there's the third party stuff, which is, you know, why I'm excited for this. Devil May Cry 5 is most likely happening this here. It's E3. They registered the domain name. It's at official Capcom servers.
Most likely, is that the tier you're putting this at?
Okay.
Guys, it may happen. Just maybe.
It better happen. Everything is pointing to this happening.
Mm-hmm.
I've been waiting years.
But you're still not confident enough.
I want to believe
to
for
say
sure
it's happening. How many times has Capcom been like, turns out Devil May Cry sold well and we should reinvest in our older series? They even register a domain name right before E3.
Right.
And you're like,
look, Dan.
I can't. I can't. It's been too many years. It's been a decade since a real Devil May Cry.
It has. It's been too long.
You're breaking him down, Capcom. You're tearing him apart.
So I'm really hyped for that. Yeah. I'm hoping Platinum has nothing to do with it. Mm-hmm. Which might seem harsh, but
yeah, let's explain that. And I'm just, before we go into that, because that is going to be a really long tangent. Hey Moss says, MGS5 made me hate Kojima. So I feel about Death Stranding how Dan feels about The Last of Us. I'm tired of his fake ass trailers.
That's fair, but at the same time, that game was...
The first trailer for Death Stranding was really goddamn hype.
Yes, for sure.
The others I can totally agree with you on. Like, this trailer is just one long cutscene that's 18 minutes. I'm gonna have to watch this again in the game, aren't I?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
But yeah, I feel like I can't condemn Kojima for 5 just because it wasn't done.
Konami screwed him.
Yeah.
That wasn't his fault.
Right. I'm sure that he wanted
plenty of things were definitely his fault, like David Hayter.
Yeah.
And how little Snake talks.
Yeah.
I feel like that's... Because how the hell could you have scripted that many cutscenes and been like, oh, we forgot to write lines for Snake? Right. Like, how do you do that? You don't. That was an intentional decision. So he fucked up in some serious ways, sure. But it not being a full game is not his fault. No way. No how. So, why, Bob, do you not want Platinum, the best action game company in the world, to make Devil May Cry 5? There is a good reason.
Yeah. I want something that's actually got a stable frame rate. They haven't been able to do that, like, ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
And
I mean, Bayonetta 1 on PC runs well.
Yeah, they came out like a decade later or something. I don't want it to have any of the mechanics that they are known for, like, oh, if you dodge close to an attack, then you'll get some sort of power boost, be it like an immediate counterattack or a slowdown time mechanic, anything like that. I'm so tired of those mechanics because they've just ground them into the ground. Or beat them into the ground.
They did. They certainly did.
And that's not what Devil May Cry is. And yeah. I'm also hoping it's a straight up sequel. Like, I wanted to continue from where 4 left off. New stuff. They'll probably find some way to bring Virgil back, because they know. I mean, they freaking when they did the remaster before, they're like, let's make Virgil playable, even though that made no sense.
Right, yeah, no, it obviously didn't make any goddamn sense.
The animations in Devil May Cry 4 still look better than, like, most of the Platinum animations.
Is that a hot take? AXM says, hot take, Devil May Cry 3 and 4, strictly battle system-wise, are miles better than any of the Platinum games. I don't think that's a hot take.
Yeah, no, that's just true.
I feel like if the levels were better and the enemies were less shit in Devil May Cry 4 and that game was done, I would have liked it immensely better. Devil May Cry 3 is still GOAT.
Yeah, no, that's still like the best any action game has ever been.
One might even say the greatest. Malezer asks, is this a random level or a super chat? It's a super chat.
So yeah, I'm pretty hyped for Devil May Cry 5.
Which may show up.
Maybe.
Possibly.
I wonder if Nero's gonna be in it. I want Virgil to have to deal with his son. And then to confront that.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Is Mundus back finally?
No, God.
What? We only had him in one game. It's true.
It's true.
He's a post-credit sequence on a special difficulty or whatever in 3.
Right. And he does have the whole thing of, I come back every so often, I guess.
Right.
He claims
they kind of set him up as a Dracula.
Right.
And obviously this time they could do way better with how he's implemented as a character and an agent in the story.
Right.
Instead of being some last-minute weirdo reveal.
I feel like if they bring Mundus back, that's the excuse to bring back all the Devil May Cry 1 enemies again, and that was 4. I don't want that. I want new enemies that look cool.
You don't want Devil May Cry again for the 3rd time?
Oh, like the part of
But then why'd you buy the remaster twice?
Look, I'll buy it as many times as they want me to.
Bob's gonna fund this. Why can't they do this for Mega Man Legends? I want to get Mega Man off the moon. Fucking let me buy a remaster 7 times.
Right?
Get his ass off that goddamn moon.
But yeah, I want new enemies that are exciting design-wise, like 3. Like 3 has crazy enemy designs that don't look anything like 1.
Yes, and one might say, objectively, way better.
Yeah.
Really impressive looking on the PS2. Like, it would be great if they leaned into a Devil May Cry 3 look again, because 4 was not that.
No.
And it's really upsetting to me.
I feel like 4 was, like, too early in that gen. Like, they didn't know what they were doing.
I feel like that gen was too early in that gen.
Fair.
I mean, at least if it came out 5 years later, 4 years later in that gen, it would have been made by some other studio and looked better, but also looked way worse.
No, that because we saw that, and it did look better. It just looked way worse.
It looked better, but it also looked way worse. Technically speaking, in a lot of ways, it looked better. But artistically speaking, it looked so much fucking worse.
And then it ran like sub 30.
Yep.
Ugh.
Sub 25, probably.
Yeah. There's also the possibility that Resident Evil 2 remake shows up here, because that's apparently a real thing.
Yes. Yes.
And this would be the perfect place for it.
It would. It's really gonna suck if somehow Xbox gets to show that off.
Right.
Go Packers.
Which Capcom. I mean, Capcom seems like they showed Monster Hunter.
I mean, Street Fighter V.
Street Fighter V.
Is Sony
they are ridiculously tight with Sony.
Yeah. So hell yeah. Do Resident Evil 2, Devil May Cry 5. You have one of the best Sony conferences ever, and it's thanks to Capcom.
Right.
You're welcome. We'll give you this gen on a fucking silver plate. Which is what Sony's gotten, by the way. I would like to know. They got this gen on a silver fucking plate because Microsoft fucked up so hard right out of the gate.
They like kicked themselves in the face.
And then they continue to fuck up with the
Cried
library.
for a year.
Yeah. And then just unfriend everyone.
Yeah.
Ruined every business relationship they had. So
there's also, I guess, there's also a chance that we will see another Platinum game in here because they have another game they're working on. We could even see more Grand Blue Fantasy. I don't think we'll see that.
No, I hate every time a Platinum game shows up at a conference.
Yeah.
It's usually like, here's our shitty Avatar game. Here's a shitty Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game.
Hopefully they're out of that.
Like every single time they've shown up at one of these E3s, anytime remotely recently, it's been that.
Yeah.
Only one time wasn't near. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Activision, I guess we can talk about how they're going to bring Call of Duty and Destiny there. And it's going to be like the worst part of that conference.
It's going to be that conference's Pele, but it's still nowhere near as bad as Pele. It's still pretty fucking bad, but it ain't no Pele. I mean, I'm excited for Call of Duty because I want to see a man in a suit sweat on stage over the fact that his game is missing a huge chunk of it, and he has to talk around it the whole time.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how much zombies there is. There's so much zombies, you will forget that this game is missing about 8 hours of content. You have any other expectations for Activision as a part of Sony's, or is that it's just COD and Destiny?
I feel like that's usually what they do. They're not willing to bring out something new. I'd be excited if they brought something new, but okay.
You know, we didn't talk about with Ubisoft that ship game that is Toys to Life.
Oh god, I forgot that was a thing.
I have been remembering this whole time. I just forgot that that was the Ubisoft station, and we passed that station. I forgot to bring it up. That game has to be canceled. There's like no way they're gonna go into this market where every Toys to Life game is dead.
Right.
And just be like, it's this one, but there are no recognizable characters, no cute designs, no compelling personalities. It's just parts for a fucking spaceship.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way they're gonna do that.
I mean, Labo did great, right?
I mean, sales-wise, Labo actually did all right.
Oh, did it?
Per dollar.
Okay.
Because it's fucking expensive.
Yeah.
And it's cardboard, so I'm sure Nintendo did just fine.
I mean, maybe they'll probably show the Battle Royale mode. Give us any details on that for the Call of Duty.
I don't know that they're confident enough in
they
that.
might not be.
I think this is going to be zombies. And,
they already did 3 zombie trailers that
competitive
announcement day.
Like just normal competitive shooting. They're going to be like, loadout stuff.
Honestly, after they did the big community reveal, I don't know if they're going to show a ton more at the E3.
That would be the smartest move they could make.
Right? Like, they already showed plenty. They showed what they would normally show at an E3, I feel.
Justice Ag, amiibos aren't the same as Toys to Life because Toys to Life hook into a specific game and they give you a thing that is a necessary function of playing that game. There's no amiibo game where it's like, you need the Mario amiibo or you can't jump over this thing.
Which I think people want, but
they're psychopaths.
Yeah.
Like, we have a shitload of amiibos, which I don't know when that point happened. It just happened. Like, at no point did Bob and I go, we should get a shitload of amiibos. It just occurred.
Yeah, no.
So, yeah, I don't really consider it a part of the Toys to Life. And I think the people who thought amiibos were going to bomb were viewing it from the perspective of, like,
a Toys to Life sort of scenario.
Which is moronic because it's working way better as just action figure. There we go. Now we're back.
What we're seeing before this.
I need to know about Fable. I need to know about Halo. I need to know about Gears of War. That is fucking important.
Well, yeah, those are important, but those are all going to be sad stories.
I'm interested in seeing that.
Fair. But I'm breaking what is actually maybe good. Now, hype bad it is.
Microsoft as a whole is a fucking black box right now.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why Xbox owners don't feel this way, but I feel like they ghosted our asses at some point. They were like, hey guys, we're gonna have fun. Come on over to my house. And they just left.
Right.
We're all at a party at their place like, where's Tom?
But then they call in a pizza for you. So you think, oh yeah, well, I guess they're coming back.
Well, who's paying? You're now just like, this pizza showed up. This guy's looking at me like he's expecting money. It's not even my fucking house, but I guess I'm paying for this pizza. And then you pay him just to get out of that situation.
Right.
You look at the pizza, it's fucking dog shit. It's like got like nothing but vegetables you hate on it. There's no cheese. And you're like, Tom, you dick. And that really is how
that's the
Xbox has felt. Yeah, that is Sea of Thieves. I'm glad you got that. So I really need to see their conference. I really need to know.
Yeah.
If we just remove The Last of Us Part 2 from the Sony conference, then yeah, I'll probably just barely put it up on Microsoft. Just barely.
Okay.
But with The Last of Us 2, I'm so frustrated by that game. That trailer fucking sucked so much, and
And that's what we've been left on for months.
And half of the creative team that made The Last of Us 1 is gone.
Yeah, that's...
And that really fucking concerns me, given that last trailer.
You're right, like...
Because he's like, finally, without Evan Wells here, I am free to make my sad story about brutal murder porn. Like, fuck. Or was it Christoph Ballista? I don't know, whatever, one of them. I have no idea. I forget the fucking names. But in any case,
yeah.
I'm not looking forward to it. I've never tried to mash X to skip E3 before, but I feel like I might just pick up a controller and start like fucking skip. And now for the most important day.
Dun 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 dun.
The Nintendo. And if you didn't know that was the most important day, then I can't relate to you as a person. I actually knew a guy who was like, you don't play Nintendo games, you play Sony games, I fucking hate you. And I was like trying to get him to get over that, and he wouldn't get over that, which was really tragic because the whole reason I was trying to become friends with him, he was a coworker by the way, was to tell him his girlfriend was cheating on him. It took him so long that he figured out before he became friends with me. It was like, if you just... Because if you told him, he was the type of guy who would be like, how the fuck dare you say that? And like punch you. Instead of being like, what? Which, yeah, of course he's that type. You just heard me describe what he thought because he played Nintendo.
Right.
And that was during the fucking Wii. It wasn't even during the Wii U where there was great software trapped on a terrible platform. So, hey, Bob.
Hey.
You know, this isn't on that list, I don't think.
Okay. What do you got?
Mario Maker?
They could do it. I mean, they obviously haven't announced anything or anything like that, but
it seems like an obvious move given all their other moves.
For sure. Yeah, getting everything off of the Wii U makes sense.
So that way people can enjoy it. I mean, fucking Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze sold an unbelievable amount right out of the gate.
Right.
Just because it was on a platform where people could enjoy it. You can't enjoy a Wii U game. You tolerate the fact it is on the Wii U. The Switch is a fucking joy to play. You're like, I'm gonna stick this cartridges and it's gonna be fun. The Wii U, you're like, where the fuck is the tablet? And stick this disc in. Oh, nice disc. Fuck the Wii U, fucking. And then it takes 10 years to load, and you're like, you know, on the Switch, it's a joy.
Right.
You hit boot and you're in the game
so
pretty quickly.
Probably see a port of that. Probably see a port of Wonderful 101. They've been teasing that a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, right, I forgot. I didn't even write it on here, but there was that whole leak of the Star Fox racing game. That'd be cool.
That would be
like a flying racing game.
That literally would beat out Sony's entire conference for me.
Jesus.
Devil May Cry 5 isn't confirmed.
That's true.
As you said yourself, it might show.
Maybe it'll be there.
There's a fairly good chance. And Resident Evil 2 remake is even less likely.
Right.
So that means not at all likely, right? Because Devil May Cry 5 is so borderline. No, I think the idea of taking Rare's ideas for Diddy Kong Racing and putting them in a game that legitimately has the vehicle variety necessary to make that more interesting, and then also giving a quest type system like they're talking about, like all these details that leaked. I am so psyched for a fucking Star Fox Racer. I am so ready to be into a Star Fox Racer. I'm so ready for a Nintendo level of polish on a racer that isn't Mario Kart, because it has been so long since F-Zero.
It has.
And honestly, F-Zero isn't that great. F-Zero GX is fun as hell. I wouldn't say it's as fun as Mario Kart.
I feel like it has no niche though. Like it's really neat.
It is hella dope. It is the dopest. It's the coolest GameCube game from Nintendo that was actually made by Sega. It's a very specific category.
Yeah, a lot of specifications there.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm feeling really good about the Nintendo conference. We talked about 2 things that aren't even on that list, so let's get started on that list. What's the first thing on that list, Bob?
Smash Bros, of course.
They won.
It's basically giving an entire
cool. Devil May Cry 5? Great. I'm not gonna play 400 hours of that.
I will.
You shouldn't. That's not healthy.
It's not gonna stop me.
You can't stop me. No one can. I have to start a separate channel for Bob's sick Devil May Cry 5 live streams.
But yeah, we're gonna actually see what this game looks like. We're gonna see who's in it. We're gonna see so much on Smash Brothers. Devil May Smash Brothers 5.
Yes, Devil May Smash Brothers 5 is definitely one of the most promising games that will never exist.
I assume Bayonetta will be back in it. Who knows? Who knows? There's so many things that could be in this game.
The only thing you could say about it was I assume Bayonetta's gonna be back in it. Seriously, I was going through the fucking music select trying to figure out what to play, and this motherfucker's like, what do I say about Smash? Bayonetta might be in it. Fuck.
I mean, I already went over that. We're gonna see what the heck this game even looks like.
I mean, they're coming out. The reason why this is exciting, they're coming out with new designs for Mario, new looks for Link. It looks markedly different. It's got Splatoon characters. That was enough. And this is finally the first time in quite a while where they get to focus on one platform. They get the resources they need. It is a high level of performance for the series. This is gonna look amazing. I'm hoping there's gonna be a decent chunk of content. I hope their DLC plan is fucking thorough, just like it was last time. Because Ryu was great, Cloud was great, Bayonetta's great. They're all great. Just dump in more characters.
Yeah, no, Smash is one of those, is like, I would buy multiple season passes.
Like, Blaze Blue's a jip at its price, but like, fucking, for some reason, Smash is like, how much? Yeah, sure, go ahead, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, whatever, fuck it. And then, like, the 3DS has great levels. If they can find a way to incorporate some of the best of those levels into the new Smash, that would be amazing, because the Wii U has worse levels than the 3DS. Like, that Pac-Man level is amazing on the 3DS. That Kirby level for Game Boy is amazing on the 3DS. The Spirit Tracks level on the 3DS is really cool. The Zelda Gerudo Valley Bridge
I even forgot that
in the 3DS is really great. There are so many great 3DS levels. They need to be redone. They need to be upgraded. They need to be in this new version. And they can come out with even more stuff. Like, we could have a Mario Odyssey based level. It could be playing the theme for Mario Odyssey. And that's amazing.
Yeah, no, that'd be pretty great. Oh man,
Mario can use his cap as an attack.
Yeah, it's exciting just seeing what they can do new with Mario and Link, honestly.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this new Smash Brothers, and I say that as a completely unbiased audience.
It'll be really nice not to have Twilight Princess Link anymore. I'll be so glad to be past that.
See, I haven't played Twilight Princess, so I don't have as much baggage as this man. But to be perfectly honest, even at this point, I'm like, yeah,
You done?
I kind of wanted Skyward Sword Link last time. I think it aesthetically way more interesting than Twilight Princess Link. Like, I don't even fucking care about the mechanics and other stuff, or like, you might have to talk to some sword bitch. I don't. I don't care. I just really thought his model and everything was much better designed. And then, of course, Breath of the Wild Link, amazing, but no hookshot.
No hookshot. I have to wonder how they'll approach that, or if they'll just be like, "Here, we designed a hookshot for that game anyway. We'll actually put
I feel like
this."
the hookshot grab a lot of the time feels pretty trashy.
It does.
So I'm okay with the normal grab.
Right. Like I that's one part of the character I wish would change, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, maybe that's his handicap. He's just too good with that if he had a real grab.
Meanwhile, Mario, he'll throw his hat, and that's how he'll grab. It's just the most broken shit ever.
What is this, Melee?
There are so many different things about the new Smash that potentially make it my GOAT. I am so excited. The Nintendo conference is an order of magnitude more hype for me than any other conference. What if Devil May Cry 5's bad? I went through 4, right? I have no reason to believe that there will ever be an action game better than Devil May Cry 3. I hope there is. I have no reason to believe it. Bob.
What's up? What's up, Bob?
Are you meaning to tell me if you think Devil May Cry 5 is going to be the Mario Odyssey of action games?
That's what I'm hoping for.
That it's going to take the gold standard and be like, you used to think this was perfect. I'm just going to put that over there while I do this, and then you're going to be like... Is that what you're telling me?
That's what I'm hoping. Because I mean, this is the director from 3 and 4.
And he made it and they spent a lot of time thinking on this one.
Right, they spent a long time.
Because we talk about often, but I feel like we don't do it enough on the channel. Devil May Cry 4 is the product of making Devil May Cry 3, and then them going, make another.
Yeah, they tried to get them to just immediately jump onto another one. They weren't ready. They said that many times in interviews of like, we had this, like the whole arm thing was Nero, the whole grab system there was just a single weapon for Dante.
Yeah.
That was just a weapon cut from 3.
Yeah, so they took this thing that would have been 1/5 of that game, basically, and turned it into the whole game's mechanics, and then they didn't even build enough game to go around it.
Yeah.
And the parts they did build were terrible, like the spinny top where you gotta...
Yeah.
I hate that. The way Devil May Cry 4 starts is the worst party ever. You come in, everyone's sad, the room's got fucking vape juice all over the ceiling, there's like ripped clouds up there, people have been cloud chasing, and the Mars Volta is playing. Fuck Devil May Cry fucking 4. I mean, I'm hoping it'll be better than 4 and 1. So that way it's like 3 finally has a little brother I can respect.
Yeah, like even if it's just that will be enough for me to be like, this is great.
Yeah, and I feel like I'll probably feel that way too, but Smash is gonna be great.
Disowning Devil May Cry 3 is not something I expect. It's something I have hope for.
Yeah. Dethroning it?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounded like you said disowning it, and I'm like, I hope I can disown that game. This new game is so good that old game just gets thrown in the toilet. Like it's some sort of 20 Hawk Pro Skater 5 disc in a review on GigaBois.com. I could keep going on about Smash for so long. The one thing that concerns me, let's get concerns out of the way. They're gonna have to make a new Pro Controller adapter. Or sorry, GameCube adapter. The reason why, that thing only has 2 fucking USB ports.
Yeah.
And it has USB 3.0. In fact, it probably has USB 3.1, to be honest.
Oh man, I didn't think, what if they take out 8 players? What if it's just 4 again?
I'll be okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be all right, for sure. It won't be its hype, but...
I think having more focus will help them make a better game.
Yeah.
So taking out the 3DS, the Wii U's fidelity is close enough to this where all their tools and stuff are built up to this point. They're used to working in the scale, basically. Damn near. I feel like they're really gonna knock it out of the park. I mean, they're probably gonna have an ARMS character!
Yeah, that'd be pretty
That's gonna be great! Callie and Marie will probably be an assist trophy.
Probably.
Or an ult. Like the final Smash attack. As the Splatoon character.
They
like a concert players.
They could even be an alternate costume for the Splatoon character.
Or an amiibo. Like you're like Amiibo fighter. You just get to scan them in, and then you do.
I
like
have to wonder
that.
if the Miis are gonna come back, like Mii fighters.
I feel like that might can't come back. Honestly,
Yeah, I feel
that's
like
more likely than 8-player Smash. I think.
I'm sure that the alternate movesets aren't coming back. There's no way they're wasting their time on that.
As Psylocke says in all caps, I am so hyped for the arms rep in Smash. Yeah, no, that's absolutely, man. You should have 2 costumes. You should have what is the name of the girl?
Ribbon Girl.
Ribbon Girl as one outfit, right? And then Spring Man as the other.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Be good.
That'd be real good. Bob's like, you should have Diva. My vote's on Diva. Yeah, get an Overwatch character.
That would be hilarious if they. I mean,
they have Bayonetta.
Fortnite's coming to it. If Overwatch came to it too, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, you mean Overwatch to Switch?
Yeah.
I mean Overwatch and Smash.
Yeah. No. If Overwatch comes to Switch, there better be Diva in Smash.
Diva in Smash will be the best thing ever. Eat my asshole, DBZ fans. If Diva is there saying Diva 1, bad guy 0 in Smash, this is now a Smash channel. You people better pray that doesn't happen. Oh, man. That would be so good. That was so good. Okay.
I'm like, I want Dante in there, but I'm like, I don't want Devil May Cry 5 on the Switch. Like, I don't want them to have to compromise it.
There's a certain level of, like, kind of like with the thing we were talking about of getting rid of 8-player Smash, there's a certain level of clarity that comes with a more tight focus.
Right.
And I think putting it on the Switch would help with that.
You think?
Yeah. Just because the fidelity doesn't have to be as high. Admittedly, it wouldn't be as hype because it wouldn't be as high fidelity.
Right.
It would make Bayonetta 2 look like the gutter trash it is, and maybe they should keep Devil May Cry 5 off their platform so Bayonetta 3 doesn't look like gutter trash. Speaking of which, Bayonetta 3 isn't even on that list you wrote.
Oh, no, it is. It is.
Okay. So let's talk about Bayonetta 3.
Sure.
How do you feel?
I'm optimistic.
I am too. Isn't that weird?
Right?
Because neither of us really love 2.
Yeah, 2 is kind of bad, and I've written a lot about why it's bad, and I need to record that video at some point, but that's for a different time. I hope that either Kanye is coming back or it's somebody else.
Here's
like, I don't want that director from 2.
Here's your goal for that video. Just sound like Cyber Shell. Sound like, have a very clear structure to the video, but don't announce it or edit it in any way that makes that evident. And just sound like you're rambling, because that's what he does. He just goes off into a tangent and he's like, what the fuck am I talking about? Oh, that's right. Sonic Mania.
Like, yeah, maybe that's what I need to...
Your new style?
Yeah, maybe I need to rip that off, because...
Yeah, it allows you to talk about things that are important to you as they occur.
Right. But yeah, Bayonetta 3, I'll be guys a tease.
Yeah.
I want to see... I want to see it actually have new animations.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make a face. I really didn't.
Like, if you look at what they've done with Nier animations and what they do with the Bayonetta ones, it's like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, they are made by the same company. Is like, really? I want to see anything that makes me confident in this. Like, something exciting. No time travel. If they can just tell me straight up there's no time travel.
The beginning has like Joe Pesci, right? He's just like, oh man, time travel doesn't work anymore. Ah, bada bing, bada boom.
No, because then by the end they'll fix it and they'll time travel.
They'll undo the game. And then you'll just be angry that the game got undid. What if Bayonetta's mom is God this time? Because time travel. I'm sorry, I'm terrible. This is awful.
Yeah, no. Bayonetta 3 is weird. They showed Bayonetta like die during that trailer for it. Like,
they showed off a trailer for 3?
Yeah, that national trailer that was just a super tiny tease. It was like she gets cut in half or something.
Wow.
Like, you see the 2 sides of her pant legs fall in different directions.
She wears pants?
Whatever those are.
Okay.
Yeah. So who knows? Maybe maybe they're gonna take us in a new direction and it'll be exciting. Which would be the opposite of 2.
I mean, I've never been a huge fan of how Bayonetta feels.
Yeah.
Devil May Cry 1 and 3 just feel way better.
Devil May Cry 4 feels way better too.
Yeah,
For sure.
it does. I just really hate every enemy in that goddamn game, unfortunately. Yeah. So, like, the fact 2 was just that, but worse weapons.
Yeah, man.
Really, like, the thought of Bayonetta 3 is almost like a flatline for me. I'm optimistic.
Right.
I feel they can do better than 2, but the question is whether or not they'll do well enough for me to give a shit, and I just don't know.
How much is the chat tearing us up?
No, they're talking about how they're sad Fire Emblems isn't coming out. Like, there's probably not going to be a Fire Emblem at the C3 is what they're predicting here.
I feel like they're crazy.
Malezra is predicting no F-Zero.
Probably not. I mean, if they have the Star Fox Racer, I don't think they'll also have F-Zero.
And now we're having people ask for the Ice theme.
But yeah, I think, like, I shoot Fire Emblem on this list because I feel like that's prime candidate. Like, they have to be working on one. That series has been doing ridiculously well.
Yeah. I mean, didn't they already announce that they were working on
I'm pretty
one?
sure they've announced that they're working on
because they were
one.
like, we're making a phone one, but we're making a real one, so please look forward to the real one.
Right. So this would be a great time to show that.
They could take this opportunity at Nintendo's conference to talk about the special Pokemon that's in Pokemon Let's Go that's going to be from the next gen.
Yes.
That and Pokemon Let's Go getting talked about, I'm actually interested in.
Yeah, maybe something more than just a montage of kids throwing Pokeballs.
Yeah.
Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
I'm sure Eric's excited.
I'm excited.
Okay.
It's not being made by Retro.
Right.
It's a Prime game. And it's this much later after all the others.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I'm now that couch.
Look at me, I'm a piece of shit! I don't know. I think it's super weird to come back to the Prime series after this long and call it 4. Like, I thought they would just reboot it if they went back, but I guess...
I wish they would reboot it because fucking Prime goes off the steep end of being garbage, like plot-wise. The second one's literally Shadow Samus, and then the third one is What If Halo? Like, I hate how the Metroid series, lore-wise, is being handled by Nintendo. Like, they need to fire that guy who's over it. They really do. They need to get that guy as far away as possible from the fucking series.
Away from there, yeah. He's the one who wrote Ozer M.
Ed Psylocke is getting triggered by me saying that those games went off the steep end. He's now literally typing in re.
But, yeah, I've never been a fan of Prime games. Maybe this one will change my mind, though, because it's got like a completely regular controller.
It has a right analog stick.
It was a right analog stick and everything. No motion controls. Yeah.
Wait a second. What are the people who made Luigi's Mansion doing?
Aren't they making that port of Luigi's Mansion 1?
Or doing something else? Though?
Maybe.
Maybe it was just that.
So it's also possible to see Animal Crossing.
This sentence is amazing. I'm just gonna read the sentence. Strigoi says Metroid has lore. Has lore? Question mark. And Psylocke goes, the Metroid Prime lore makes sense and is cool.
Okay.
Also, he's pointing out the fact I've never played 2 or 3. I played a little bit of 2. I played an hour or 2 of 3. We'll move on because that's not relevant.
Yeah, let's...
I look forward to Metroid Prime 4 along with you as Psylocke. Now then. So yeah, Fire Emblem, we talked about how that's probable.
Yeah, probable.
And Animal Crossing has to be coming at some point.
Right, and they paid the assets for it in that board game they released last gen.
You mean Amiibo Festival?
Yes.
The highly celebrated entry that was in the Animal Crossing. I mean, we didn't just, I don't know, pick up the game for $10 later that year.
Yeah.
Just to get the Amiibo.
That was... Yeah,
that game. What the fuck were they thinking?
It was just like
There's
Mario
your
Power
Toys to
Tennis.
life.
Just like here is your trash game while we make the real version.
Right, and that's why I'm hype on Nintendo, not on Sony, because that feeling that year on the Wii U of like, get these games out the door.
Yeah.
We need the Switch to come out now. That's like, I feel like that's the tone I'm getting from Sony right now. Like, this is the end. Here's your roster for the next year, because next year's a whole new PlayStation. And weirdly enough, I'm kind of put off by that tone, that feel.
I don't know, but they
don't feel like they're getting rushed.
Right. Those look like they're going to be completed games.
Okay, The Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima and Death Stranding, you literally don't know how the gameplay looks in any one of those. And that's 3/4 of the main four.
That's true.
But we have confidence in Sony.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna push out just trash. I don't think. But we'll see. After Monday, we'll know. We'll know like pretty well how those games are doing, if they're ready for those launch dates.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Because they're all supposed to come out in the next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Death Stranding is still the most unbelievable one. Like, yeah, I can see Naughty Dog making another third-person shooter.
3 years.
I know. I know.
He did the whole thing backwards, I feel. Like, he made the cutscenes obvious and upfront and beating you over the head, and the gameplay not. And I feel like that's the opposite of what I wanted. I wanted Kojima being like, I'm working on this neat game, it's gonna be systems-based, it's gonna have all this stuff. And then be like, also, it's fucking insane! But instead, he spent 3 years screaming about babies and tracheas.
Yeah.
And it's been like,
we get it. You're weird.
Wait a second. You're fucking crazy. Like this party.
I see a lot of people joking about Dante having a kid and it being like new God of War, but I'm like, that's dumb.
I honestly think if they keep Nero around, we're at threat.
Yeah, no, I think that
Double-made babies.
I think it's hilarious because it's just, that's the role that Dante will always fulfill. Even if he has his own kid, he will always be uncle tier.
Yes.
Like, there's no way that guy taking care of a kid.
Can we? What else with Nintendo? We got the Splatoon DLC and the Zelda DLC.
Zelda and Splatoon DLCs.
It blew my mind when you told me that Zelda DLC still wasn't out yet.
Yeah.
I thought it was supposed to come out at the end of last year.
Right.
I thought they had said that at some point. That didn't happen at all.
Yeah, no, end of last year was the last DLC. Because they announced it at the Game Awards and
the
released
last
it that day.
DLC wasn't like...
Yeah, the motorcycle.
I can't even look at you right now.
I enjoyed it. It wasn't huge, for sure, but it's added things to the world, added new puzzles and dungeons to go to. So I think they did a really good job on the last one. I assume they're not talking about this one for so long because it's going to be something big. And it has always been the one that is supposed to be the big one.
Right.
So I'm excited to see what they do.
Me too. And then Splatoon DLC. I'm more excited to play that campaign than the actual campaign in the game.
Right. And so maybe we get a date for that. That's got to be close. They just said summer.
And that's from here. And we're back.
Pretty cool.
Death Stranding better be Metal Gear Solid 5 stupid. Or sorry, Metal Gear Solid 4 stupid. I need that level of idiocy. I really do. The Nintendo conference is definitely going to be the best conference out of all of these. Unless... Devil May Cry 5 looks amazing. The Last of Us 2 looks appealing at all. Spider-Man looks markedly better than it has to date. Ghost of Tsushima looks amazing. And RE2 Remake is real and announced and shown with a date. If they can manage all of those things, Sony will win barely.
Right. I mean, Nintendo's got a great lineup there. Like, they have legit, if they just come out with things we already know about,
Right.
it's great.
Right, then they're doing better than most.
Yeah, they're doing better than everybody.
Unless you're really into Ellie getting mutilated. Then, you know, Sony's got that market cornered.
Yeah.
So, Nintendo, Sony... Who's the
Microsoft.
next one? Microsoft, yes. So Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft. Then we get into the weeds, right? And it's
Right.
like Bethesda, UB,
Square.
EA, Square above all of those.
Yeah, Square, Bethesda.
Square, Bethesda, Ubisoft, EA.
Yeah.
EA's at the bottom yet again.
I might move the Ubisoft one above the Bethesda one just because there's more stuff that could happen.
Like funny Krobie Cat videos? I agree.
There.
Why are we still here?
I'm gonna put Sony above Nintendo just because, like, I need Devil May Cry in my life. Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. We'll see how it turns out at the end. But yeah, I mean, you're right with that reaction. Like, I don't want extended looks at these games. Like, those 4 games, I don't want to see those extended looks.
If you could just not even show them to me again, I think I might be okay with that. Remember Death Stranding? Yeah, that was a weird 3 years of cutscenes. Oh yeah, Kojima just announced a much better game. Cool, great, awesome. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, and Nintendo's definitely the best one of those, though. Like, it's kind of crazy how good they're doing this year. Oh right, the other thing I wrote down, Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Oh fuck, I forgot.
Yeah,
I don't see that showing up this year.
I mean,
They usually spend a long time working on the Shin Megamis.
they do.
And this isn't a DS one. This isn't a 3DS one, so they can't be like, we announced it, and then in the next year be like, okay, here's a date. This is more like a Persona situation.
Maybe in the sense they've already made all the graphics for the demons for Persona 5. Like,
Okay,
they already
if
got
we're
all
just
this.
borrowing those.
Right, like, yeah, I'm sure that's what they're gonna do. Like, that's what their whole thing was.
Got this bucket full of graphics.
So
then maybe it'll only take forever.
maybe.
In a half instead of 3 forevers. It's Persona 5 took forever.
Yeah, they launched in 2014 summer, right? Just like it said it was.
Yeah. That was 2016 though, right? Like spring of 2016? Because that wasn't in the 2017 madness. That
Yeah, it was.
It was?
Yeah, it was in the 2017
For
madness.
some reason that feels over a year ago.
It was end of 2016 in Japan, but we didn't get it
Okay,
till-
yeah. This has been the longest year of my life.
Yes.
That just feels like so long ago now. But yeah. No. I'm so cynical about Devil May Cry 5.
I can see that.
So cynical. And the worst part is I'm the exact type of person where most of the time, a lot of the time, it's like I don't play a lot of Mega Man 7 because it's just not as good as 6 or 8 or a lot of the other entries. So I just don't play it at all. That's how Devil May Cry 4 is. I own that on PC. I've tried to do another run through. I can't. I fucking hate it.
Right.
Having a thing that is so close to another thing but just not as good is fucking terrible. That you have sold me disappointment. You've sold me an eternal sense of frustration. Which is why they need to really just announce Vanquish 2. When is Nintendo gonna buy the rights to that from Sega and do co-publishing?
I don't know, man.
When
almost like it just
when is
couldn't-
Platinum gonna figure out how to make a solid fucking game with a solid fucking frame rate? Like, good lord.
Yeah, they really need to get on that. I don't know what they need to do. Probably hire a lot of tech guys.
AXM says Shin Megami Tensei V will probably be shown during TGS winter, and then clarify the winter 2014. You know, yeah. When do we get Alpha Protocol 2? That game was fun too. I'm sure that's showing up at Ubi. They're gonna.
Oh god, I was like, I had to comb my head for what that was.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Obsidian doesn't get to make video games anymore. I'm sorry.
I forgot Obsidian made that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, they don't though. Did they do Pillars of Eternity?
Yeah, that's what they're doing, the smaller stuff, and I hear it's doing well for them.
Oh yeah, Pillars is pretty hype, honestly. If they didn't make money off of that, holy shit.
Right.
Because they made 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
And they both sold
like
pretty
Pillar
damn
of the Earth
well.
or something.
I don't know. But okay, so that's our ranking list.
Yeah.
Except for this man's crazy, and Devil May Cry 5 is gonna look disappointing. But honestly, Resident Evil 2 is my favorite Resident Evil. I've run it so many times. I've beaten that game probably like 8, 9 times. If they does that remake and it looks anywhere near as good as even the GameCube remake of 1, I'm gonna be so hyped, and I'll be like, Sony 1, I don't care that it's on the Switch, because of course it is.
The rumors were that it was gonna be like a Resident Evil 4 style, like behind the back.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Resident Evil 2, man.
Yeah.
They would have to fuck up real hard. It would have to somehow become 6.
Ugh.
For me to be like, fuck you. But then they would be like, you can play the gas station part at the beginning. And I'd be like, because I'm a moron.
Right?
I remember the gas station. Like,
we didn't talk at all about Mega Man 11.
I was like, no, we didn't talk about Mega Man 11. We didn't talk about, yeah, I don't.
Yeah, there's a million things that show up at E3. I think E3
But that's
is
not
really
important right now. What's important is RE2 Remake, and how now that I'm visualizing it, I'm like, oh fuck, that's amazing.
Right?
Because I was, I don't know, 12 when it came out. That means it's an amazing game forever. Even if it's actually trash.
They got Kami to come in and redirect it again.
Better him doing that than Bayonetta 3.
Yeah, well. I mean, he's not the one who screwed up Bayonetta 2.
I know, but like, do you know what Kami is gonna do to that game if he has to make a sequel?
Right? I don't know.
I feel like he might just lose his damn mind to do something absolutely terrible. Except I'm seemingly disappointed by us not being more hype about Kingdom Hearts 3 because they're bringing that up. Which, no, Kingdom Hearts 3, we brought it up earlier.
I mean, I'm hyped for it.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. And
I just want them to shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Put it in my Walmart. You let me know when it arrives. I'll go and pick it up, buy it, and then it'll sit unopened next to my copy of Shadow of the Colossus Remake.
You might see me play it a few times.
I'll probably watch him play it, and I'll be like, man, that looks nice on that TV.
Sephiroth could be there, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool. And then fight Darth Maul.
No, you're not gonna fight Darth Maul.
You're gonna fight Darth Maul. Don't pretend you're not gonna fight Darth Maul.
You're gonna fight Wreck-It Ralph.
No, Wreck-It Ralph's gonna help you fight Darth Maul.
He's gonna help you find the internet. And it turns out the part of the internet you're fighting is Darth Maul's message board. He's gonna get mad. He's gonna be like, I'm a mullet. And then, because that's his catchphrase now in Kingdom Hearts. And we're gonna go back to that thing we used to do with Kingdom Hearts. We would voice cast everyone as famous celebrities.
Oh my god.
So Darth Maul is actually gonna be the original voice of Darth Maul, which I hear they changed. I mean, Darth Maul's had like 4 or 5 different voice actors.
That's so weird.
Throughout like the Clone Wars.
Oh, right.
Yeah. He shows up in a lot of stuff. But the original guy was Peter Serafinowicz, which is the weirdest shit in the world to me. Now we're getting off in the weeds. In any case, we hope you guys look forward to our much more sane post E3 shows where we only have to cover one day at a time instead of talking about literally the entire game industry and what we expect to see from them. Vanillaware, you think we're gonna?
I think we might finally see it.
See a game?
They might show it.
Are they gonna show it?
They're gonna show it. Yes. Okay, we probably won't show it till TGS, but still.
I know. Isn't that sad though?
Yeah.
Man, whatever. E3's gonna be great. See you guys. Bye.